Saluting the man she's now running to replace. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Vice President Harris speaking at the White House, thanking President Biden for
his honesty, his integrity, his commitment to his faith and his family, his big heart, and his love, deep love of our country.
The vice president headed to Wilmington, Delaware to visit the headquarters of what had been the Biden-Harris campaign. Several Democrats endorsing Harris for their party's presidential nomination enthusiastically, says House Speaker Pelosi in her endorsement post on social media. As for the president,
we still have not seen President Biden, who made the decision to end his race in near total isolation, battling COVID in Rehoboth, poring over data with two of his closest advisors, Steve Ricchetti and Mike Donilon, that same data that Nancy Pelosi was reportedly ready to make public to force the president's hand if he didn't bow out of the race. Now, the question remains, what is the reason that the president's 50-year career came to a close like this, with his allies abandoning him in his most perilous moment as the money dried up, staring down what looked to be an insurmountable polling deficit?
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. The president's doctor says his COVID symptoms are almost completely resolved. The president has said he plans to complete his term. North Carolina Republican Congressman Greg Murphy says he hopes so.
If we move to replace him at the 25th Amendment, that gives Kamala Harris several months to be president of the United States. And that honestly scares the living hell out of me because of executive order after executive order after executive order.
Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance is on the campaign trail in his hometown in Ohio.
I'm just so grateful to Middletown for welcoming me home. It is good to be here. Thank you, guys. God bless you.
Vance said America can become energy dominant under a second Trump presidency. America is listening to Fox News.
Hear that? The sound of water being poured on 800-degree rocks. If you were here in this sauna, you'd be so hot you wouldn't have the energy to move. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. Besides, after a long ride, a helmet sweat is way more satisfying. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without even breaking a sweat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Donald Trump Jr. here. Since January of 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back, but you can stop your losses by diversifying into a gold IRA from my friends at Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free info kit from Birch Gold right now.
Message and data rates may apply.
No fault of Boortz. Look out. No, right over here. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer there with Pete Davis, sidekick producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the beachgoer with a hot babe and everything, flounder at the controls of mechanical mangler right here. Like,
the day I was born.
Man, we got it. I mean, holy crap-a-rooney. What a weekend, what a day, and what a life, and good grief. And the Braves are back in town, and yeah.
A lot of good that's doing.
And by the way, a couple of funny baseball sports things, including, well, we'll get to it later on. And first of all, weekend activities. Flounder, you're up, man, down at the beach. And what'd you do? Where'd you go? And if you can tell us a little about this.
I was down in Daytona, Florida. A buddy of mine has a family house there, so 3 or 4 high school buddies went down there for the weekend, and little fun in the sand and just drinking on the beach. It was beautiful.
Any no rain problems?
It rained a little on Sunday, but other than that, the only issue I really had was coming back because of the cyber.
You flew down to Daytona?
Yeah, I have a bunch of frequent flyer points that I needed to use. So
see, I would love to drive. I'll drive to Florida. It's like
That's
11
hours,
drive. 10 hours.
That's a boring drive.
Yeah, but still.
Straight 75. It's awful.
I'd rather be there with my car. Anyway, now the airport, did you get there and say, oh my God, it's not working? Or
well, flying out of Atlanta was fine, but coming back on Sunday, there was all kinds of cancellations. But fortunately, I was flying into Hartsfield versus flying out of Hartsfield.
Yeah.
So Daytona's not near as big as an airport, and they didn't have that many flights. Most of the flights were canceled, but mine was delayed twice, but I finally got out by like 3 o'clock.
And when you got to Hartsfield, what did you see?
It was an S show. I mean, I got out, and then I started walking to the train to take me to the ground transportation, and that was too packed, so I just took the walkway.
Yeah.
And people were camped out, sleeping. It was
mob scene.
Yeah, it was bad.
And you can't help thinking this was an accident. This was a program to make things better. It was an improvement that caused this by accident. Can you imagine the disaster for
it would have been 10
bad
times worse.
People trying to do it on purpose?
Yeah.
Anyway, you have to wonder who the hell's at the switch.
Nobody.
Who's in America
Nobody.
in charge of making sure that doesn't happen on purpose? I mean, I must be.
Nobody's in charge. Everything's falling apart.
God. Anyway, weekend Mountains of Macon activity.
I got to tell you,
all right.
The Hiwassee River in Tennessee is a beautiful river. It's a lovely river to get in a little inner tube and float down, enjoy some beverages.
Inner tubing.
It's wonderful, except when it tries to kill you.
All right, then what happened again now?
Yesterday, it tried to kill me twice. It tried to kill a friend of mine. Got stuck in an eddy.
Yeah.
And finally, one of us had to go back and get her. It was so bad. But I tell you, my coccyx is really sore
you're
today.
right in the bottom of the
tailbone.
I tell you, I remember going to tubing with my starter wife and our front. We had 5 inner tubes tied together, going down the Chattahoochee. Got to a bad part where the rapids were, and all of a sudden the rocks showed up. And my wife, I was the last one on the inner tube, and behind me was the beer inner tube. We had strapped a cooler of beer in the inner tube. Anyway, so all of a sudden my wife went flying. A rock hit her in her butt, and she went flying out of the inner tube. And all of a sudden I see her going by me because I'm going past her and being bounced on the rocks. So I jumped off my inner tube and grabbed my inner tube with one arm and grabbed her by the hair with the other, threw her on top of the inner tubes. Now I'm being dragged down the Chattahoochee. Oh man, I was bloody. It was brutal. But it doesn't take much. You know, you get hit with a rock underneath. It
goes right underneath your tailbone, and you are lifted, and then it's basically you're stuck and being churned.
You're lucky you didn't break a hip, or
I'm sore from head to toe. I'm sore, but it was fun.
Yeah. Now, how was it? Water temperature? Must have been.
It was cold, but it doesn't matter. It was hot, so it was beautiful to be out there.
Wow.
Just
well, that sounds.
You guys, another thing we did, we played a lot of cards. Do you guys have a favorite card game?
Oh, God.
Hearts, gin,
our family,
spade.
We used to play casino. You ever heard of that? Casino, canasta. You know what canasta
is? Yes.
And hearts and poker, but I'm the worst poker player in America. I always get bad cards, and I try to bluff, and I always lose.
We played a lot of spades, and we played a dice game called Farkle. Have you guys ever played Farkle?
I do not know Farkle.
It's 6 dice, and you have to build points and stuff like that, but it was a lot of fun.
You know, the other day I was somewhere doing something, and I know where it was. It was in one of those, well, now I just forgot again. No, it was in, oh, God, what's the place, the country store where they have rocking chairs out front, and they were racist. Cracker Barrel. And in Cracker Barrel.
They weren't racist.
Well, no. They're reverse racism where they're saying, I don't know what they're pro-gay now, or they're rainbow people now, or something. They have rainbow flags in their rocking chair. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I was in there for something. And they have a whole like freaking market in there and weird stuff. And in fact, they had, what were we just talking about?
I have no idea. All I know is
what were you mentioning? Oh, card games. They had card games and group card game things I've never heard of before. There must have been 50 of them in there.
Did the president do something?
No, I don't. Not that I can remember. All right, it's 3:08. Kim, repeat, and fly. Well, we have to. Everybody knows the thing of what's going on. All right, here's the. We got president. We got Trump. We got Carmela's side piece, and we got Secret Service. So we probably ought to lead with the Secret Service just because that's the latest thing. Is it suspended or over? I guess it's over. May not be over for good. I don't know. It's they've stopped covering it. But anyway, and we'll play some sound bites on that, and also the secrets. I mean, the president stuff. And by the way, I don't mind saying this at all. I was right. Thank you. I was right. I thought they were going to throw him down the stairs or he'd slip in the shower, but and again, the reason is because I don't know anything. I'm a very simple individual. And it occurred to me a couple of years ago, this man is not going to be, they're not going to put him on the ticket. They got away with it. They put him in the basement. Everything conspired against Donald Trump and they won. It was a coup. They pulled it off and it was a coup and it worked. And there was no way that this man was not going to be the leader of the party. In fact, think right now, who's the leader of the Democrat Party?
Right now it's Kamala. But in front of the scenes,
seriously, though.
behind the scenes is George Soros.
Well, certainly never been Obama. I mean, it's certainly never been Biden.
Well, Obama may be losing control at this point. It's Soros, is a money man.
Right, but again, the point is that Obama, God, why I keep saying that President Stupid Face has never been the leader of the party. Anyway, so being a simple person, I said there's no way that they're going to do it. And it turns out it was right. Secondly, I'm getting the biggest kick. All of a sudden, the Donald called me this weekend and said, hey, Kimmer, I'm going to use the word the coup. Is that okay? I said, Donnie, it's yours, baby. You can own it. I'm not even going to say anything when I get on the air Monday about how you asked me if you could use the word coup. And by the way, tell JD, I know he's got a speech coming up today. He should be pumping the thing about the coup also. And by the way, for the record, I'm pretty proud of myself. When on Friday, I said, this has never happened before. One political party has pulled off a coup against a sitting president, and they pulled off a coup against another sitting president of their own party. I mean, think about it.
It's undemocratic.
I mean, it's never.
They've been screaming about democracy and saving it.
Remember, they went on the ballot. Colorado, a bunch of states tried to keep him off the ballot, the anti-democratic, keep him off the ballot. And now they've conspired to keep their own guy off the ballot. I mean, it's just hysterical.
14 million votes out the window.
I mean, think about it. This is freaking hysterical. And they brought it upon themselves. And now they're stuck with a woman who was so unpopular, she never got a single vote. She had to drop out before the first primary, who also called her boss a racist. And now and then one more thing, we got a million sound bites. And wait to hear what Nancy May said, by the way, at the Secret Service. We'll come back with that after we take our break, which is pretty funny. But as far as I'm concerned, he may even be dead. I think the man might be dead.
The Daily Mail's headline, political figures fear a very sinister reason for Biden's disappearance.
Well, on X, rumors are swirling on social media. When's the last time anybody saw Joe Biden? I wouldn't be honestly shocked or surprised at all if they announced he's died sometime next week. Why didn't he use official stationery? Why does Biden's signature look forged? Where the hell is Joe Biden? Nobody's seen him for hours after he's dropping out. They still haven't seen him. No speeches, no videos, still waiting to see his face. What the hell's going on? Joe Biden's more confused than Michelle Obama's gynecologist. Well, that's not me. How do you think Joe Biden will react to the news when he wakes up this morning to see what they've done to him?
Did you see what Mike found? Biden was almost full term, so the Democrats had to abort him.
Until I'm proven wrong, I'm going to assume Joe Biden is dead. Joe Biden's going to be so furious and confused when he wakes up in the morning. It'll take him a few seconds, then he'll forget what made him angry in the first place. I mean, it's just outright. And still, by the way, whatever.
Well, the other thing is Mike came in here and he says, "Did you ever see the movie Dave?"
Yes,
with Kevin Kline. Remember
the other guy who's not really the president.
So right now they're trying to find. They're trying to find his
somebody who walks like an erector set.
Max Headroom.
It's unbelievable. But again, I remember in 1968, for God's sakes, Lyndon Baines Johnson went on television, and by the way, nobody knew what he was going to say, and I think even including him until the last minute. Lady Bird, his wife, had no idea he was going to say, "I'm not running." She didn't want him to run. She told him, "I hope you don't. I mean, we got to get out of this." But he didn't tell anybody. Went on national television. Hell, I was in Vietnam watching on American Forces Vietnam Network, for God's sakes. He had the balls to go on and explain to the people what he meant, what he said, and why he did it. It was, I mean, it's exactly the perfect thing to do. He took responsibility. He went out there in public. And what about this guy?
He's hiding like he always hides.
He might be dead.
4 years ago he hid.
In fact, somewhere there was shit. Oh, Flounder sent this just a second ago. Hold on a second. Now I got to go back to
They don't have to answer to the American people. They're above us.
Yeah. Here we go. Breaking news. Laura Loomer. There's an FAA flight restriction just went up in Wilmington, Delaware, where Biden lives. It's for VIP movement. Don't know what that means. Joe Biden's health is declining rapidly, and Laura Loomer says, as I reported today, he is now in the terminal stage of his illness. Today, Joe Biden's chief of staff held an emergency meeting with all White House staff.
He's been dying, and they've been lying to us from the Sunday morning shows. They were on lying. Everything was great. Everything's wonderful. And now they're going to tell us to trust Kamala after they hid that he's dying.
Well, in fact, coming up, again, we have so much, and we'd love to hear from you. What do you think? Could you believe it? Where were you? Does it make any difference? Are you happy? Are you sad? I hope the hell he lives, because we don't want her to be running as president in the election. Our number, 404-741. I'm seriously, I don't want her to be president running for re-election.
You don't want a schlong-infested man mattress as your president?
The meat pile. 404-741-1230. You're going to hear how they still think he's so sharp. You're going to hear the Carmela word salad. You're going to hear Nancy Mace. Oh, my God. My nipples are hard as a rock for this chick. Coming up with a Kimmer Pete Flounder, 3:15 already on 106.3.
Biden will not be on the ballot this November. So as the Democrats roll into an open convention, they have more questions than answers.
Does Kamala Harris, in fact, end up taking the top of the ticket? If she does, who ends up as her running mate? And if she does not, who else could be in the mix?
Count on the conservative voice of Atlanta to bring you the biggest names in politics as this wild election season changes by the day.
This is the ball game. This is for all the marbles. This is like
this for the country.
This is 8 years of turmoil.
This is Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
Tax season can be stressful, but it's also a wake-up call. It's time to think beyond April and plan for your future. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we're not just advisors, we're your partners in building a secure retirement. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we understand the challenges Georgians face. That's why we offer personalized strategies to maximize your retirement income, minimize taxes, and ensure you never outlive your assets. Join the Master Plan family and let us guide you through every financial milestone. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your appointment today. Master Plan Retirement Consultants, where your journey and destination are both important. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Well, Stephen, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
Why?
Well, we ran your background check and there were several red flags.
Like what?
You were arrested 7 times for reckless driving.
So
you're applying for the school's bus driver position.
If you're in charge of hiring for your company, you know how helpful a background screening can be. That's why companies that use Horizon Background Screening make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com. horizonscreening.com.
Self-employed in 2021, you may be entitled to up to $32,220 in COVID tax relief. At smartSCTC.com, our ex-IRS auditors leverage credentialed knowledge to help you understand your claim with no upfront costs. Don't miss out on this opportunity to maximize the claim you're entitled to. Take our short eligibility quiz at smartSCTC.com now. That's smartSCTC.com.
I got now. Kimmer Pete Flounder, 319. What a day, what a weekend. Talk all about it. 404-741-1230 if you'd like to join us. 2019 singer, songwriter, keyboardist Art Neville died. He was 81. Shot the famous part of the Neville Brothers, who refused to sing here, apparently. Is this all instrumental? I thought we got it.
This is an instrumental song.
Oh, my God, but we should, Jimmy, is it warbling? He has that, that kind of voice here.
Well, this is the Meters. He was part of the Meters, which is a famous band from New Orleans.
Ah, well, we hate anything involving that area. So, anyway, he was the Neville Brothers, started singing as children. They went to separate ways in the 60s and to the 80s. Not until 77, the brothers got together again. In 78, recorded their first Brothers album. Their musical style is New Orleans funk. Also played recordings, people like Lady Marmalade, LaBelle, Patti LaBelle, Paul McCartney, Lee Dorsey, Robert Palmer, Dr. John, Professor Long. Anyway, Art Neville passed away. Sorry about that. Our birthday list includes that naughty little Selena Gomez, 32. Is she in a TV series now? Is that the deal?
With Steve Martin and Martin Short, I believe.
Was that Netflix?
I have no Hulu, something. I don't know.
Yeah, but apparently she's quite popular in it.
Yeah.
And by the way, also, I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't understand this. Selena Gomez, 32. They're on my phone, and when I open up my Facebook page, all of a sudden there are pictures of her barefoot. I don't get it. And the latest one is Reese Witherspoon. All of a sudden, fans of Reese Witherspoon popping up on my Facebook page with no shoes on. And I swear to God, I keep saying show less of this and they show more. All right, then. And now our this day in history. In 1934, after a year of robbing banks, killing 10 men, escaping from jail, and watching one last movie, John Dillinger left the Biograph Theater in Chicago with 2 dames on his arm and Melvin Purvis watching from a window. Melvin Purvis saw him leave the theater, lit his cigar, and that was the signal to get John Dillinger. He tried to get away, but he was shot 3 times and fell face down. The movie he was watching was Manhattan Melodrama. His last words on the sidewalk were 2 different versions. One version was, "Bye-bye, Blackbird." And the other rumor that went through the FBI was that he said, "You got me." So who knows, but either way.
That's a good movie, by the way. It's got Clark Gable in it, William Powell, and Myrna Loy.
It's from the 30s, so
yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, the old days, all right. 321 404-741-1230. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Later on, we got tickets to give away for Dee Snider and Brett Michaels and Lou Graham, Don Felder, stuff like that. We'll do that a little bit later on. Okay, some newsy stuff. Secret Service, holy crap. I was watching part of this, getting ready for stuff this morning, and this woman, this Kimberly Cheadle, is a snake and a mouse and a freaking coward and a political appointee and a great example of didn't earn it, DEI. Unbelievable. She danced around questions one after another. In fact, after about the third guy questioner, the third Republican said, so far you have not answered a single question. She literally said things like, they said, well, we're still actively investigating the assassination. The FBI is investigating the assassination. So when they said, well, how did you know there wasn't a guy up on the roof? Wasn't that supposed to be secure? Well, the FBI is continuing its investigation. Well, were you supposed to have people covered? Well, we're not allowed really to talk about her. But I tell you, I mean, it was just not total freaking nonsense. In fact, it got so bad at one point, Nancy Mace, who, after this girl, the Secret Service girl, was stonewalling, Nancy Mace got a little ticked off. Flounder, let's go with Nancy Mace cut number 1 and see what happens.
Okay, would you say leaking your opening statement to Punchbowl News, Politico's Playbook, and Washington Post several hours before you sent it to this committee as being political? Yes or no?
I have no idea how my statement got out.
Well, that's bullshit.
Boom! Wait a minute, she's not done. Nancy Mace.
Here's the second piece of audio as well.
When she said the Secret Service didn't know about the agency giving evidence to the committee, here's another one.
My first question. Both sides of the aisle today have asked for your resignation. Would you like to use my 5 minutes to draft your resignation letter? Yes or no?
No, thank you.
Was this a colossal failure?
It was a failure.
Yes or no? Was it a colossal failure is the question. Yes or no?
I have admitted this is a terrible...
This is a yes or no series of questions. Was this a colossal failure? Yes or no?
Yes.
Have you provided a list to the Oversight Committee? Yes or no?
I will have to get back to you on that.
That is a no. Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th? Yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no. You're full of today. You're just being completely dishonest.
I mean, it's there you are. We knew it was going to... We said it Friday. We said she's going to say, I'm not allowed to da-da-da. And also she's blaming all that. She said time after time when they tried to nail her on a specific question and a specific answer, she said, they tried to get her to say how many Secret Service agents were guarding Donald Trump. And she wouldn't give the answer, saying, one, well, we're not allowed to... Plus, well, in certain circumstances, we use the local and state authorities to help with this. I mean, it's just one big freaking non-answer after another.
Well, they don't have to answer to us. I mean, these are our reps. These are people we elect to go in there. That's their name, to represent us. They don't have to answer to them or to us or anybody.
Yeah. And people went nuts when she said she avoided answering questions, invoking how we're just 9 days out from this. The thing I kept saying to myself when I watched, I only got to see about an hour because I had to do stuff for the show and get here and everything else. And every time they asked her, she said, it's only been 9 days. I said, wait a minute. How could you not know after 9 days whether somebody saw the guy on the roof? How could you not know after 9 days whether somebody contacted the local police about the photograph? I mean, how could you not know this after 9 days? That's bullcrap. And then this is killing me. She said the agency expects to have answers for the lawmakers within 60 days. 2 more months to figure out who screwed up. I'm telling you, they need to get every Secret Service agent who was on the scene, every local cop who was on the scene, every state cop who was on the scene, every sheriff's deputy who was on the scene, every Homeland Security officer who was on the scene, and anybody else, and put them under oath and get depositions in Congress. Who told you what? What were your orders? Where were you? When did you see the guy? What did you do? Who did you tell? I mean, how hard is that?
They still haven't released a JFK information. So what do you expect? By the way, Fred's on the line, wants to talk to you about Trump and Kamala.
Well, Fred, you're on the radio, my friend. Welcome aboard. Can you believe any of this stuff?
I can't believe it at all, but I got a quick question for you guys.
Yeah.
Since Vice President Chameleon Harassment might become president one day, can you imagine what is the difference between her meeting with Putin versus President Trump meeting with Putin?
Well, the whole thing is nonsense. I mean, it's absolute nonsense. This woman is totally incapable. She's not going to be president. I hope to God Biden's not dying. I'm afraid he's dying. I'm afraid, literally, I'm afraid he's dying. I think he'll be dead in 2 weeks. For medical reasons. Yeah.
The biggest difference now, though, since President Trump had that near-death experience, before he would go into the meeting, he would get down on his knees. She would wait till she gets into the meeting to get down on her knees.
Well, it's a whole different situation here, apparently. Thank you, Fred. Well, and by the way, they're coming out with new political cheers now for Carmela. Carmela, side piece, she's no mystery. It's no guess. Many can attest. She'll also go down in history. I don't know. That's just off the top of my head. That's just...
She'll go down all right.
Vote for Carmela. She'll work for me and you. And make some history with the first president, Hawk Tua.
Where are you finding these?
I'm sort of just
lose that source.
I got a whole bunch more.
Oh, Lord. So that's what you were doing this morning instead of watching
I think I'll save some.
Secret Service.
I mean, it's unbelievable. The whole damn thing is absolutely freaking unbelievable. I mean, seriously, it's disgusting. 327. God, we got so much to do. I'm not even sure where to go. A quick Donald Trump comment, and then we'll play some sound bites. We'll play some... let's see. Let's play some Carmela word solid in a second, Flounder, in just 1 second. First of all, Donald Trump has now posted after the decision for President Pervert to not be on the ticket anymore. Donald Trump said he's the worst president in history of our country. There's never been a president so bad. He's not fit to serve. And I ask, who's going to be running the country for the next 5 months? Look what he's done to our country. Millions of people coming across the border, and he goes on and on and on and on and on about how bad this is. And by the way, Donald Trump also says Biden never had COVID. And secondly, if he's too sick to run for president, how the hell can he run the country? And one after another, Republican source, J.D. Vance, says he's got a speech today. They're all saying now he should resign. No, don't put that out there.
Maybe their polls show that it's better if he does. And they show what an idiot she is for the next few months.
Well, yeah, but they'd make her the first female president, and she'd be running as the president of the United States.
And if she's such a disaster, maybe there won't be another one for a while.
But that's probably true. But I think she'd embarrass herself. Like, we're going to hear some sounds bite of her doing that here in a second. Flounder, we're going to play her word salad here in a second, if you don't mind. But first, the danger is, if she becomes president, can you imagine all of the executive orders she could do in the meantime? I mean,
what would
the danger, the damage.
Prove how dangerous she is.
Well, again, I hate the whole thing. I just hate the whole idea.
We're living through something. It's not just our lives. Has never happened in the history of this country. Never.
A couple of quick reactions here coming up on a break. Do we have time for Carmela's thing here, Flounder?
That's too long.
Is that too long?
We got time.
Okay. First of all, CNN's Van Jones, just worked for Obama, was literally crying. We'll talk about him in a second. First of all, a reminder of who you think might just become the first female president of the United States.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. There are those who are unable to see what can be. But there are many more who are able to see what can be unburdened by what has been. Remember Venn diagrams, those 3 circles? Right. And then let's just see where they overlap. You will not be surprised because I have constructed a Venn diagram on this. Remember those 3 circles, how they overlap? I love Venn diagrams, so I just do. Whenever you're dealing with conflict, pull out a Venn diagram, right? And so, the 3 circles. Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong. I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit.
What?
There's so much more.
And a mask.
There's so much more. Talking about community banks and the Biden administration's investment. Quote, we invested an additional $12 billion into community banks because we know community banks are in the community and understand the needs and desires of that community, as well as the talent and capability of that community. There's so much more. 331, Garrett, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3. Join us if you will.
It's time for your Georgia headlines, presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Joe Biden has withdrawn his re-election campaign and endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic candidate. According to an AJC poll, former President Trump leads Kamala Harris by 5 percentage points in the state of Georgia, which is well outside the 3.1% margin of error. Day 3 of the CrowdStrike global outage has continued to plague travelers and cancel more flights. Hundreds of delayed flights and hours-long lines have affected travelers looking to depart Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Expected today as well. Delta Airlines canceled 27 flights yesterday, has 155 delayed flights and only 18 flights on time. CrowdStrike has issued a statement saying it deployed a fix and is working with all impacted customers to ensure systems are back up to deliver the service to their customers are counting on.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow XTRA 106.3 on social media or download the XTRA 106.3 app.
The Braves are making back to school a little brighter this August with 10 days of amazing giveaways. Don't miss the Ronald Acuna Jr. 41 home runs bobblehead presented by Napa, the Outcast bobblehead, Ozzie Albies and his dog bobblehead presented by NextGuard, and many more. Come enjoy great baseball and collect these must-have items. Visit Braves.com/promos to see all of August's A-plus giveaways and to get your tickets. Atlanta Braves baseball, we are Braves country. Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. This week's guest is Josh Forbes with Scram Systems. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at the podcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
We've all heard it before.
Buy one, get one windows. 10% off if you call today. $500 off if you sign tonight. But are these really a special? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Hi, this is Candace with Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Don't fall for it. It's exhausting trying to keep up with all the fake specials being offered. And we all say the same thing. We're all licensed, we're all insured, we all have 5-star reviews. At Exovations, we want to earn your business the right way. But don't take our word for it. Let us show you why we say we are different from other contractors. To find out what it means to have an on-time, on-budget, and stress-free renovation, call me today at 770-205-2995 or online at exovations.com. That's exovations.com.
Who says you have to wait until December to celebrate Christmas? Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon. Right now at Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we're celebrating Christmas in July in all of our locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. Stop in today and enjoy our 12 days of deals on everything in our stores. Surprise your special someone with a beautiful diamond tennis bracelet, earrings, ring, or necklace. And to make your purchase even easier, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is offering up to 60 months interest-free financing. That's 5 years to pay for that special gift, interest-free. And while you're at it, why not break out the tree, string up the lights, and pour yourself some eggnog? Make this a Christmas to remember with our 12 days of deals. Don't wait until December. Find some of the biggest savings of the year at Solomon Brothers Jewelers during our Christmas in July event. Visit us on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and Fisher Road in Sharpsburg, and online at SolomonBrothers.com. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, now the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, I don't recognize this one.
Say Bob Dylan like you always do.
I think it's Bob Dylan.
You can run on for a long time.
It sounded like Bob Dylan.
Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time.
Is this doing this Waylon Jennings impression?
Johnny Cash.
I know, but he sounds like he's trying to be Waylon Jennings.
when he
My
was
God,
old.
man. Well, you can't be doing things when you're old. Oh, wait, sorry. Shut up. Johnny Cash, on this day in 2006, #1 on the album chart with his old man version of American VA 100 Highways. I've never heard of that. Anyway, it was released after he died on July 4th. I don't remember. Johnny Cash died on July 4th. I don't know why.
This is an album of a bunch of covers, so he did a bunch of cover songs.
He did Bridge Over Troubled Water on the previous album. Why are you laughing?
Well, because it reminds me of Spock when he was doing his album. and William Shatner doing his
Shatner's was spoken word.
Christmas album.
A Jewish man from Canada doing Christmas albums in the Star Trek outfit.
Oh, holy night. Oh, silent night.
Holy night.
Holy night. Our birthday list includes formerly naughty little Franca Potente is 50.
Yeah.
The German chick falls in love with Matt Damon in The Bourne Identity and Bourne Supremacy.
Bad move.
And, something bad's going to happen to you. And then she did a couple other things after that, but didn't really, kind of disappear. But anyway, she was great in those two things. And she was hot, too. She
good looking. For a German girl, especially.
She was just right. I mean, she was just right for the part, I always thought. Anyway, 1937 on this day, lest you forget the Democrats, socialists running our country will keep trying. And in fact, if she gets in, this is going to be one of her priorities. On this day in 37, Franklin Delano Roosevelt was steamed that the Supreme Court was overturning too many of his policies. So FDR proposed legislation to add 5 more members. Much to his dismay, the Senate, thank God, voted no. But they're still trying.
Yeah, they want more than that.
They want to have like 19.
They want 10 more.
Yeah.
They're more than double. That's insanity.
Yeah. I mean, they truly do. And again, it'll happen if they get House Resolution 1, make Puerto Rico a state, Washington, D.C. a state, 4 more senators right there, as well as congressmen. I mean, and a stack in the Supreme Court, and it'll be over. There will be an insurrection.
If she wins, it's over. This country is over if she wins because she is as far left as it gets.
She is farther left than Jimmy Carter. This is the most socialistic. Again, remember, she banged her way to the office of the Attorney General in California, by the way. Willie Brown was not only mayor of San Francisco, he was also the leader of the state legislature when he ran California.
Yep.
Willie Brown was the man.
When I was out there,
he was the man. Anyway, and she was his side piece publicly. In fact, the Daily Mail just said their front page story was her on his arm at parties and stuff when he was married. And anyway, whatever. I mean, this Carmela, she was so liberal. She was so law and order. All of a sudden, she was arresting all the black people getting on for cocaine offenses. She is more liberal. She was bailing out the defendants who were burning down buildings and throwing stuff at cops in the riots for the George Floyd
She rose money
riots.
to bail him, and then she deleted the text showing that she was doing it.
Unbelievable. This woman is more liberal than anyone who's ever run for president. She's more liberal than Dukakis. She's more liberal than Walter Mondale,
Obama.
Hubert Humphrey, and
McGovern.
Hell, Obama actually used to believe in one man, one woman for marriage and close the border. So that, but still.
She's like McGovern. That's what I'm comparing this to. As bad a candidate this is, it's McGovern. By the way, Carpe Donktum just said, in any other country, if the current leader disappeared for 4 days and in the meantime dropped out of the race via letter and basically gave the keys to the kingdom to their least trusted ally, everyone would assume it was a coup.
I'm telling you, I think he's dying.
Or he's dead.
I think he might be dead. I think he's dying. If he's not dead, I think he's dying. I think it's over.
Well, they hid that from us.
I think he's collapsed.
And they knew it.
Until it was, but for what reason? I mean, at some point, if he's dying, if he's dying, they'll drag it out as long as they can.
It's been over 24 hours since this information was released, and he hasn't been seen
Just
or
get
anything.
a picture of him.
Where
Just
is he? Yeah.
snap a pic of him sitting in bed or something. His own brother comes out and says, well, the time we have left with him. What does that tell you?
Right. I mean...
They've hid this from us.
They've hid it for 4 years.
Remember, the Soviets used to do this. They prop some guy up and he'd disappear for a month and they tell us he was alive and we found out he was dead.
In fact, Biden, Flounder, how about cut number one, sir, if you don't mind? These are the people who just recently were telling us that, man, this guy is still as sharp as a tack.
You're not going to cook. You got to do the dishes. That's fair.
Okay.
He is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
This is a man who is sharp, who is on top of his game, who knows what's going on.
This guy's tough.
After the
he's
debate.
smart. He's on his game.
His mental acuity is great.
This is a very sharp president. This is a man that's on his game.
President Biden is absolutely fit.
There's not a problem.
He's sharp. He's fit. He's always answering questions. He is on the ball. He was sharper than anyone I've spoken to.
He is sharp. He is on top of things.
There's no doubt in my mind that the president is mentally fit for office. Biden has proven himself to have a strong memory.
He's completely mentally sharp.
He's at the top of his game.
What? and by the way, even today, Carmela's side piece, the most disastrous public official who's ever been elected to a high office. Think of any other politician with her reputation as a failure, as well as being a tramp, has ever been elected to such a high office. But she said today, when she made her first public appearance, and by the way, Pete mentioned we're taking video of her, she's walking around like she's a president already. Old Miss High and Mighty, she's all strutting, and she'll turn to the Secret Service. Hey guys, how you doing? How you over here? Yeah, I see you over there. I mean, oh yeah, snotty little. Anyway, so she actually came out and said that Joe Biden has shown once again his honor and his dignity. He has neither. He is not an honorable man. He's a scumbag. He's a criminal. He's a child molester. He's a traitor to his country. He's responsible for the Afghan pullout and everything else that's happened in this country, including changing genders, having little boys be little girls. I mean, all that's under his watch.
Plagiarist.
All of it.
He's a serial plagiarist.
My God. All right, we got a phone call.
Scotty the window guy.
Scotty the window guy, you're on the radio, man. What do you think?
Hey, I'm just certified. Welcome on, brother. I was just wondering why Kimmy even showed up to the hearing today, because we have more information just by watching the good news, and she couldn't seem to answer one single damn question.
I know. Again, we knew that was going to happen. They're covering themselves up. She's going to blame somebody else. She'll say, well, the FBI is still investigating, or we told the local police, but now she won't even comment on that. I mean, we're going to play some more of the Nancy Mace thing, too. It was a disgrace, total disgrace, a complete waste of time.
Do you think that they might be part of it?
I don't, I can't, I find that hard to believe, honestly. But again, I don't.
How do you leave somebody 100 yards that doesn't have experience?
There are no answers.
With a gun?
There's no answer. There's no answer to it other than somebody really screwed up. She didn't double check. Somebody did not double check. Anyway, Scotty, thanks for what I'm telling you. They need to bring everybody in there and say, what were you told? Where were you standing? What were you doing? And if you saw something, who did you tell about it? Every single one under oath, and then we'll all find out.
We got an update about the president's health from Dr. Kevin O'Connor, physician to the president, sent a memo to Karine Jean-Pierre.
No.
You know who she is.
Oh, yeah. Podium princess.
President Biden completed his 10th dose of Paxlovid this morning. His symptoms have almost resolved completely. His pulse, blood pressure, respiratory rate, and temperature remain absolutely normal. His oxygen saturation continues to be excellent on room air. His lungs remain clear. The president continues to perform all his presidential duties.
Well, then where the hell is he?
Take a picture then.
We don't know that. Well, if he's sitting in his desk working, show a picture of him sitting in his desk working. And by the way, how is it possible that he has not addressed the nation? I mean, seriously, the man just made the biggest decision that hasn't been done since LBJ. And LBJ in 1968 had the balls and the decency and the respect for the American people to stand up there on television and say, I'm not running, and here's why. God bless America. Everybody knew what was going on. There were no secrets. He was there. You saw the whole
transparent
thing. This is just typical. This is freaking typical. And by the way, again, do not feel sorry for this man. Do not feel sorry for this man. He's a criminal. Let's not forget the 23 offshore accounts. Let's not forget the 150 tagged, flagged, suspicious banking deals for money laundering with the Biden family. Let's not forget his granddaughter got money for college from some Roman Ceausescu or something for this granddaughter, for God's sakes. The whole family was in on it. These are slime bags. He molested his daughter, turned her into a tramp.
Allegedly.
God almighty. And what he's done to this country? God, I mean, come on, look where we are. What's happened? What about locker rooms? How do you women feel about your daughter all of a sudden having a 12-year-old boy with his penis hanging out in the shower because federal authorities now say he has a right to? Are you kidding me? And that's under this administration.
Van Jones crying on CNN.
Oh, God.
There's nothing more pathetic than a grown man crying over a base politician. This guy's not done anything in his life but run for office, and you worship him like he's Muhammad or he's Jesus or he's Gandhi or the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.
It's even worse. Here's his actual words. In fact, there's a soundbite out there. We'll maybe get it later on for you. This is Van Jones, CNN. Used to work for Putty Tat. Quote, just talking about Obama leaving. Quote, he's fighting and everyone's so frustrated. And then you finally get the keys back and then you just cry. Because this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody who was there for you. He's crying now. This is somebody who you wouldn't be here without him. I'm going to read that again. This is somebody who was there for you. This is somebody you wouldn't be here without him. And you had to take something from him. I don't know anything about politics, he said. I just know that I love this man. I care about this man. What do you mean he did? He what? He was there for you? My ass. He wasn't there for me. He wasn't there for the servicemen in Afghanistan. You dirty, rotten snake. He was there for you. My ass. You wouldn't be here without him? Are you kidding? All those dead people would be here without him. How about Laken Riley? She'd be here without him. What a bunch of crap, Van Jones. You're a disgrace, crybaby. Thank God your man's going to be gone soon, one way or the other. Good Lord. What a freaking disgrace. 347, Kim Repeat and Flounder. God.
What is spacious, has a versatile cabin, offers an inclusive voice assistant, and luxurious accommodations for up to 7? Meet the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLE 350 4MATIC SUV. The advanced GLE SUV leaps further ahead with turbo hybrid power, fresh styling, and even more innovative technology. Experience the 2024 GLE 350 4MATIC SUV. Lease one today for just $839 per month for 36 months with $63.53 due at signing. conditioning exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models, and visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta Sandy Springs through July 31st, 2024. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the grand slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Atlanta, it's Mark from Atlanta Safe House. The Safe House crew hopes everyone is enjoying their vacation this summer. We know the criminals are watching and waiting for you to leave so they can bust in and steal your stuff. But hey, there is a solution. Come purchase a quality safe from Atlanta Safe House. And with summer rebates and specials, you can save hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a quality safe. And remember, don't let an illegal or crackhead deliver or move your safe. They could very well know your combination. So drop by the showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Have you heard about Sonder and their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans? Sonder Health Plans is committed to revolutionizing healthcare, making it straightforward, personal, and affordable. Call them and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. They've even got their own radio show and podcast called Weekend Wellness, dedicated to keeping all Georgians healthy and happy at every age. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Mark your calendars for the 2024 Ag Pro GON Outdoor Blast Sportsman Show presented by Dallas Safari Club, Georgia Drive Chevy, and Georgia Outdoor News, starting July 26th through the 28th at the Lake Point Champion Center in Emerson, Georgia. Get ready for a weekend packed with excitement. Savor mouth-watering dishes at our Barbecue Village, featuring top-rated barbecue from 441 South, Inked Pig, Das Barbecue, and Crow's Barbecue. Meet former UGA quarterback Jake Fromm on Friday and Saturday as he shares stories from the gridiron and his outdoor adventures. Think you got what it takes? Enter the 3030 Ministries $1,000 shootout on Saturday. Break a raw egg from 45 feet, qualify for the finals, and compete to win $1,000. And don't miss the 35th annual Truck Buck Shootout on Sunday. Watch as the best Georgia deer hunters compete for the Furminator G3 food plot implement and a brand new truck from John Meagle Chevy. For more information, visit GON.com. Georgia Outdoor News, Georgia's ultimate resource for hunting and fishing.
If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they are not going to go away. They need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with repair. Ramjack is the best company in the industry for repairing your foundation. We have the highest quality products in the nation. So, if you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881. That's 770-502-8881.
Now, why did I... the Prince from England. And by the way, for the record, there's a story coming up about a British Kingsguard horse who treated a tourist rather badly, but the tourist was asking for it.
They always do.
They're always asking for it, and everybody does the same thing, and they get... if you've never been bit by a horse, I posted a picture on Facebook, and it shows my arm when the stallion up at the stable, this is months ago, I walked by, I did something stupid, and he wasn't ready for it, and he bit my arm through my leather motorcycle jacket, and he could have broken my femur.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let me tell you,
your femur
from
biting your arm.
That's
a hell of a bite there.
There was a giant bone bite. Anyway, Prince George is 11 years old.
When I was over there last year, I stood there watching the King's Guard and everything, and every time some idiot got close, I would look at the horse and go, bite him.
Yeah. They get spooked. I mean, they
don't like it.
And the guards are. In fact, I got a whole story on it coming up later on about what their attitude is and what they're supposed to do. Quickly, on this day in history, 1992, the one-time 7th richest man in the world got shredded by little pieces of metal going really fast through his body, fat, about a year after he escaped from his luxurious prison near Medellin. Pablo Escobar, I should say there. The Colombian drug lord. Well, I've typed this. I've got mistakes
prisoner
all
of Escobar.
That was just on the other night on TBS.
Did you watch
Jack Lemmon or somebody?
No, that's Harry Potter. The prisoner of Azkaban.
But the other, Jack Lemmon is
prisoner of Zenda, which is Peter Sellers, I think,
the real estate one in
that
New
doesn't
York.
matter.
Anyway,
the apartment.
No, it's a different one.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
There you go. Anyway, Pablo Escobar was the Colombian drug lord. Had his own tunnel. Remember the video showed him actually just leaving through the tunnel to escape. Delta Force troops helped to gun him down about a year later. So it was 1992. They got Escobar. All right. Kim, repeat, and flounder, 404-741-1230. Neil Boortz joining us at 4 o'clock. Okay, new headline. Check this out. New York Post. Top Dems threaten to forcibly remove Biden from office unless he resigned, and they set him up to fail at the Trump debate. Holy cow. Operatives at the highest levels, the Democratic Party threatened to forcibly remove him. The palace coup, again, it was a coup. Stop him from seeking re-election, been in place for weeks. Biden fought against it every step of the way. It was an elaborate strategy, announced a shock letter posted on Sunday, allowing him to debate Donald Trump last month on live TV was an elaborate strategy, knowing that he'd crash and burn. And I have said all along, I thought it was a reverse thing that failed by the Biden team. I thought for sure when they said, we want to debate and we demand that we sit at tables, that there be no audience, that it be on CNN, all those things, they would know that Trump would say, no way, I'm not doing that with you guys. I'm never doing that. And Trump said, fine, anything you want. And they must have crapped their pants. I'll bet you anything there was no way that they thought Trump would say yes. Even if he said, no, I don't want to do this, then they would say, oh, there you go. He's not going to agree to it, so no debate. And he said yes, and they had to debate. No, they must have known. It wasn't that long ago. They must have known he was going to get screwed.
But the New York Post headline says quite the opposite. It says they set him up. They wanted him to lose.
That's what I mean.
Some of them.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no way that they couldn't have known he was going to get creamed.
I know.
I mean, it was only a month ago. I mean, it wasn't like it was 3 years ago.
Could they have been deceiving even themselves about him?
I don't think...
Well, that's stupid.
I don't have any... I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. Seriously.
Well, you know who's behind it. George Soros is probably going to die soon, but his son, Alex Soros, is young, and he's the head of the $25 billion family. Took a photo with Kamala Harris. And Elon Musk, who's really been out and about the last few weeks.
Speaking up a lot.
Tweeted, I'd just like to thank Alexander Soros for not keeping everyone in suspense about who the next puppet would be. Good for Elon.
I'll tell you.
You realize where we'd be if he hadn't bought Twitter?
I know.
We wouldn't know half this stuff was going on.
That's right. And I think Zuckerberg, got scared into staying out of it this time.
Because he knows Trump's going to win.
That's right. Finally, the conspiracy's no longer going to work.
Not to mention he called him a badass for saying fight in an interview last week.
So it's all different now. It's almost 4 o'clock. Neil Boortz joining us at 4 o'clock. Cover Pete and Flounder at 106.3, 404-741-1230. If you want to talk to Neil Boortz, get online. Now's your chance to do it. Coming up.
W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
She's halfway to the nomination. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Vice President Kamala Harris reported to be well on her way to the Democrat Party's presidential nomination at next month's convention, picking up dozens of Democrat endorsements today.
Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is throwing her support behind the vice president a day after President Biden announced he is not running for re-election. Pelosi joins a list of dozens of prominent Democrats also endorsing Harris in her campaign for president, and according to an Associated Press survey, more than 700 Democratic delegates pledged to President Biden indicate they will vote for Harris at the party's convention next month. No major Democrat has indicated a challenge to Harris, and a campaign spokesperson says the vice president raised nearly $50 million in new donations after President Biden's endorsement.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The campaign now says they've taken in $81 million. Vice President pinch hit for President Biden at a White House celebration for college sports champions today.
Our president, Joe Biden, wanted to be here today. He is feeling much better and recovering fast, and he looks forward to getting back on the road.
She said the president's legacy is unprecedented in modern history. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle telling the House Oversight Committee today the assassination attempt on former President Trump was the agency's biggest failure in decades.
I take full responsibility for any security lapse of our agency.
But Cheadle would not answer specific questions, prompting this from Michigan Republican Congresswoman Lisa McClain.
If you're supposed to be in charge, if the buck stops with you, how come you can't share the answers? What are you covering up?
Several committee members said Cheadle should be fired if she doesn't quit. Cheadle consistently refusing calls for her resignation. America is listening to Fox News.
Hear that? It's the gentle sound of a waterfall on your hike. And if you were here, you'd take a deep breath of fresh air if you weren't so winded. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the bugs you wipe from your headlights are all the nature you need. So if you ride, see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Get an online quote in as little as 3 minutes. All from the great indoors. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Donald Trump Jr. here. Since January of 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back, but you can stop your losses by diversifying into a gold IRA from my friends at Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free info kit from Birch Gold right now.
Little Richard, now Neil Boortz. Oh, sorry. I know you guys don't like me to talk much before we have our guests come out here, so I got right to it. 403.
Was I supposed to go straight to the Boortz intro?
No. I was gonna do my birthdays in history, and I got the oh my God! As soon as I say anything after the music, they're gonna nail me. That was Little Richard, who's now known as was known in 1979 as the Reverend Richard Penniman. Said, if God can save an old homosexual like me, he can save anybody. So there you are. And now, unrelatedly entirely, it's Neil Boortz with the Kipper Flounder. Hello, Neil. How's it going? Oh, he's refusing to talk. There we go. Hello, Neil Boortz, right here. Oh, 5. Oh, boy. 4.
I thought you were just talking to him 2 seconds ago.
I was sitting here talking to him literally 14 seconds ago.
No.
There he is. There we go.
There he is.
Well, we have storms down here, so the internet can...
well, there you go. South Florida. I used to live. Yeah, here we go. Anyway, welcome, Neil.
But actually, it was related. I've never told you my Little Richard story.
Oh, please do.
The night I spent with Little Richard?
This is going to get very interesting.
Well, I had an interesting family dynamic, okay?
All right, sir.
And that was I had a brother and a sister, and they went to the University of Texas, and I went to Texas A&M. Mm-hmm. And I was obviously the favorite because when Christmas time came around, my parents would fly them home for Christmas, but I had to ride the bus. I mean...
That doesn't seem right.
I know. I remember one Christmas when they got brand new 10 speeds and I got an old refurbished bike.
Oh my! Wow! This is pretty interesting.
So one time I leave Texas. I get a ride over to the local train station near Texas A&M, and I get on this train. I'm headed to Fullerton, California, to spend Christmas with my family. Of course, my brother and sister are flying. They're already there. I got a couple of days to kill on a train, which sometimes, Kimmer, can be really fun. But anyway, so I get on this car in the train, and I am one of only two honkies in that car. And I notice that there are some drums, a set of drums set up in that car, and there's a couple of guitars laying around the one. And it took me not too many miles on the rails to be introduced to this guy sitting across the aisle from me, who was Little Richard.
Wow.
and he's on his way to California for a gig, and he took pity on me. So all of a sudden, I became part of his entourage, and it was raising hell and partying and everything you can imagine all the way to California. I don't know. They must have poured me out. Yes. They must have poured me out of that train car. But it was what a great guy. I mean, seriously, what a great guy he was.
And this was before social media and cell phones, so there's no pictures, I'm guessing, of any kind of...
No.
What a shame. Oh, my God. How cool would that have been?
There are no pictures, and I remember on into the evening, one of the overhead bins opened up, and this great-looking gal crawled out.
Whoa! Really?
Oh, my gosh. So
From the overhead bin, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So anyway, I notice you're sticking to this horse bite story.
Yeah, it's like an old girlfriend kissed me, buck teeth, my tonsils itch. A woman had a set of choppers on her.
Actually, what the part I like is that now all of a sudden it's become a stallion.
Well, the one who bit me was a stallion. Now, I don't think there's stallions over there.
It was a swayback mare. We all know it.
No, his name. He's the stallion at the stable where I go every weekend to play, where I had my horse. And it was a rainy day. It was a Monday when stables closed, basically. And he was in a bad mood. And I walked up to try to get him a treat. And he, bam, just like that, threw my black leather motorcycle jacket and almost broke my arm right there.
They do have a bite.
Yes.
But when I take the dog out at night for his last sabbatical in the evening, I have to watch out here where we're staying in the Boortz bus for alligators, because they are around.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I can look out at the lake right now and I'll see this little dark thing moving across. So I know what it is.
Yeah.
I know, and they know I got this little white dog here, and they're watching. Van Jones was a communist, don't you?
Yes, I believe that's absolutely correct. Yeah,
he was. Card-carrying member. I guess it takes a communist to cry when Joe Biden pulls out of the race. But can you imagine how pissed off Joe Biden is going to be when he finds out?
When he wakes up. What have you done? I thought he died, honestly. But can you explain why, unlike LBJ in 68, who had the decency to go to the American people and say, this is what I'm doing and this is why I'm doing it, where's he been? I mean, how is it possible there's not even a picture of him since Saturday?
He's in Rehoboth Beach. He's hiding out in the house.
But how disrespectful is that to just... I mean, I guess he's so angry. I'll bet he said, the word is now that they say, we're going to 25 amendment you if you don't quit. And I'll bet he's so freaking angry, he says, he just turns his back on everybody and says, I don't want to have anything to do with anybody anymore.
Oh, he is furious. Everything that I read, that's a skill that I have somehow retained. Everything I read says that he is just absolutely furious that this whole thing has happened. This is a man that clearly, without any question, and this, wow, there goes one.
Gator?
Yeah. And there's an old dried-up snake outside the Boortz bus, but I'm just leaving it there just as a reminder that you got to be careful here.
For his friends, too. Look what happened to you.
But, I mean, what kind of a guy is it? He knows he was in decline, but, his fame, his ego... he put first and foremost above the welfare of this country.
Yeah.
And as did his wife.
And Even worse, several other
the
people.
enabler.
Yeah.
Van Jones said he showed honor and dignity. The vice president says he showed honor and dignity. My ass, he showed exactly the worst. The man's a criminal and a child molester and a pervert and a disaster for this nation, and he still refused to quit, even though they knew at the debate time that he was going to fail. It must have been a setup.
Yeah. So you have trouble really expressing your feelings, don't you?
Sorry.
I noticed you had an ED ad before the news break.
I wouldn't be surprised. What are they coming to me for? What's the point? Don't you have to have a girl before anybody gives a damn whether it works or not?
I thought it might be another one of your trade outs.
Don't I wish?
Me, I get a CPAP. You get a boner.
I got nothing.
I didn't say that.
I did. I got nothing.
Oh, okay. But.
Oh, and he's gone.
Dramatic pause. Dramatic pause.
Audio.
He's been Biden.
Well, again, your thunderstorm. Again, South Florida. I used to live there. South Florida is brutal in the summertime. It's stormy and floody every single day.
Or a gator just drug him into
a gator got him. Okay. Oh, here we go.
I'm right here.
Okay, dokie.
But, geez.
Yes, sir.
But that the people of this country would actually elect somebody, Kamala Harris, and send her to the White House. I mean, what does that say about the situation in this country? What does that say about our future? Nothing good. Nope. I'm in the process of reading a series of books. I think there's about 6 of them by Will and Ariel Durant. They are historians. I've told you about this.
Yeah.
Just intense, detailed readings on the history of the world. And back in the times.
R2D2.
There we go. There he is.
And out again. Well, look, we have a little iffy thing here. So I don't know. That's fine. It's just weather, and probably that's
weather.
I'll bet that sun thing is still going over the whatever you call the cloud source or whatever. Anyway, here's Neil again. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but anyway, these civilizations back there, they were lucky. They were lucky to last 100 or 2 or 3 generations.
Yeah.
And here we are in this country thinking we can do anything. We can elect. We can put the biggest losers in office, and somehow this country is going to survive. Mm-hmm. I mean, how egotistical of us to think that this country, with China, with North Korea, with Russia, that it can survive 4 years with Kamala Harris in the White House.
Well, she's more liberal than Jimmy Carter was. She's the most liberal candidate who's ever run for president from California. And her attitude, releasing the prisoners with their bailout and then deleting all that and arresting every black guy who smoked a joint in California to get popular. I mean, the woman's a disgrace.
Well, what the hell is the matter with us that we believe that this is good for our republic?
Right, God, I know.
I just do not understand it, and I've been busy today picking out tile and wall coverings.
Oh, honey, let's go to the Container Store. Okay, dear.
Manly stuff.
I was going to play golf, and I'd rather go with you to the Container Store. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I wish we had a Container Store around here.
Yes, dear.
The nearest one's 100 miles away.
Oh boy!
But at any rate,
yes.
Has anybody gotten through to that Kimberly Cheadle yet at the Secret Service?
No. Can you? I saw about an hour of the hearing, and she didn't answer anything. She said, within 60 days they'll have answers as to why they didn't have a guy on the roof. I mean, stuff like that. She wouldn't say how many Secret Service agents were guarding Trump. She wouldn't say, well, we're still investigating. What, are you kidding me? The FBI is investigating, so she doesn't have an answer yet. Good Lord.
I did hear one remark. Well, we prefer a sterile roof. Well, maybe that's why they didn't.
Yeah. And the guy said, Did anybody clean it yet? I don't know. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Hey, we can't send anybody up there. There's some guy up there with a gun. We have to wait. We have to wait until it's sterile, for God's sake.
Well, at least she didn't praise those. She praised those Secret Service agents for jumping on the president after he had been shot, ladies and gentlemen. They jumped on him after he got shot like nothing. I mean, I was so proud of them jumping him right after he got shot. They did their job right afterwards. I was so impressed.
Well, what about little Annie Oakley that couldn't find her
Oh, yeah, the little fat one. Yeah, twice. She couldn't find it at their scene. She couldn't find it at when they went to the hospital. She couldn't find it. More video. She couldn't find it at the like 6 tries to get it at the hospital when they brought him there.
Kimmer.
Yeah.
Kimmer.
there's a fat Secret Service agent isn't all that bad.
Well,
there are more masks to stop a bullet, you know.
If you have to bounce off them when they take you down, then that's a little better too, I guess.
But I mean, how has she survived this long?
I can't believe it.
Joe Biden could have made points with the country, with the voters, with the people, with the media, if he had immediately demanded her resignation.
Yeah. And he should have said, it's not any political candidate, no matter the party, should have had better that than I. He could have definitely taken the high road, and everybody would have agreed with him. Would have been non-political.
Let's talk about your hero, Donald Trump.
Well, I'm not sure I'll call him my hero, but I'm definitely voting for him. Absolutely.
Well, how long did the so-called new Donald Trump, the kinder, gentler, let's stick to some actual policy discussions, how long did that last? He is quickly morphing back in to the egotistical loudmouth that he was before that bullet found his earlobe or whatever part of his. You know, I mean, who's advising him? Trump. You know, tone it down a little bit. Try to be more responsible. Try to be more conciliatory. Biden's out. Quit calling him names. It doesn't matter anymore. He's gonna waste away like that snake outside of the Boortz bus. He's just gonna snake away in the basement up there in Rehoboth Beach. Leave him alone. Yeah. Tell America what you're going to do. Quit harping on what he has done.
Yeah.
What he's done is done. Tell us what you're going to do. Tell us how you're going to build up the middle class. Tell us how you're going to have Kim Jong puke wee-weeing in his shorts. Yeah. Tell us how you're going to back. Yeah.
Really?
But he doesn't cover any of that. It's all, you know, Biden is this, Kamala is that. I don't want to hear it. I know what they are. We all know what they are. Tell us what you're going to be. And we're not getting that from him.
Yeah. Well, it's only been, I mean, since, you know, he quit over the weekend. So, you know, first thing Trump did was last night on social media stuff. So when he starts making public speeches again and stuff, all he has to do, oh my God, this would be so simple. All he has to do is compare his policies with hers and his comments with her past. I mean, it's just, this ought to be a slam dunk. This ought to be easy. And I can't wait to see the commercials showing her, you know, with word salad and misspoken phrases. I mean, my God, what a joke. Her laughing hyena, the Venn graphs, the little yellow buses. Holy, this is going to be the next president?
Well, very likely. She may well be if Trump doesn't start encouraging the voters, if he doesn't start impressing the voters with his plan for this country. Yeah. I mean, he could uncover proof right now that Joe Biden had sex with circus animals. I wouldn't care. He's gone. He's out of the picture. Just tell us how you're going to improve our lives, how you're going to protect us from foreign governments that want to destroy this country. Tell us how you're going to tell China, here's your money back. We want all that land that you've bought near our military bases back in American hands. Just something like that the voters can say, that's what we do. I didn't know that China owned all that land near our Air Force bases. Yeah, they do. Let's take it back. Let's give them their money back with a little interest and take the damn... Well, that sounds like a good idea. Well, now I'm impressed with it. But no, he just has to keep telling us what Joe Biden did. Well, we don't care anymore.
I don't think that's going to last
new.
Too long. Now that it's done, I think he'll be able to move on. And the best thing, I mean, obviously, he could go up with a top 10 list. Every time he makes a public address, he said, number 1, close the border. Number 2, open up the pipelines. Number 3, boom, 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 boom. And just go down the list. And it'd take him like 30 seconds to remind people where we are and where we need to go. And that would be just 30, 40 seconds before he starts every one of his speeches and just say, let's not forget, here's where we need to do and here's where we've been. And, you know, just keep showing.
Come down here to Naples. Go to a subdivision called Gray Oaks. Drive around Gray Oaks until you see Newt Gingrich out mowing the lawn. Yeah, right, like he ever mows the lawn. And then say, hey, Newt, I remember what you did with that contract with America, and it got the Republicans control of the House.
Yeah, it did.
How about helping me come up with another 10 points like that I can get done in the first 100 days? And I'm sure Newt would help him first. Mow my lawn. But why not something like that instead of all his bombastic BS?
I think he will. Again, this has only been a day since this broke. So I think this could be so easy. Just compare her to him. And boy, I hope there is a debate. Holy smokes. I think this could be. Well, you think she's better? Well, anybody's better than Biden. But
I debate this dried up old snake outside. Maybe that comparison's too close.
Well.
I don't know, but I don't know. I think Kamala might get the better of him in a debate.
I don't think so.
Well, what's he going to do? Sit there and tell her, well, Joe Biden did this, Joe Biden. I know he did.
No. Talk what she did when she bailed out those guys who burned down the malls and the parking lots and everything. And
the George Floyd protests in the Summer of
all
Love.
All that stuff. And by the way, say, well, Carmela, it's really important that you tell us what your pronouns are and what dress you're wearing. Let me just go one after another of all the things she's done and all things she said, all things she stands for. She's in favor, obviously,
not to mention
abortion anytime up till birth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a boom, boom, boom.
She's a part of the cover-up.
Yeah. And by the way, she just recently was saying, oh, he's the top of his game. I've never seen him better, and I'm respectful, ... She's a fraud. She said they're all frauds and fakes. Call him out for all that stuff. I think this would be simple.
You mentioned pronouns.
Yeah.
Guess who had guess which department head in the federal government appointed by Biden had seminars for the people under her command on pronouns?
Probably Secret Service.
Kimberly Cheadle, Secret Service.
And by the way, she tried to deny that she's got a quota system for chick agents, and she said, "Well, no, we're trying to always get the best agent." I said, "Isn't it true? You want a third of your agents to be women by the year time?" She said, "Well, I didn't say a 30. So, okay, 30%. Well, we're trying to get the best." She's just obfuscating from the very first comment. Absolute disgrace. And of course, the Democrats said it's time for gun control. Made through that.
How about roof control?
Yeah. How about site control? Looking for people control.
Yeah, making sloped roofs illegal because assassins can hide on them.
Yeah. Even though the sharpshooters were on a slope that was a lot steeper than the one where the kid was on.
Well, they're recruiting roofers now to get into the Secret Service.
That's true.
But do you know that woman actually set up Secret Service recruiting booths at pride parades?
I believe it. Yeah, absolutely. I do believe it. I didn't know that, but I absolutely believe it.
Hey, while you're waving that dildo around, marching down Main Street with your, would you be interested in becoming a Secret Service agent? No motorboating allowed.
Who's driving that boat? I don't even want to know.
But that's insane. Secret Service recruiting booths at pride parades? I mean, if you're hiring servers, I could see it. Never mind.
Well, but really, seriously, if she's trying to get the best people, then that means that if she's deliberately looking for a girl, then the fact of the matter is there's probably at least one guy who was as qualified or more qualified who did not get the job because she picked someone based on their gender. That's against the law.
This is the way the left has always been. The left hates individualism. They don't want to look at people as individuals. They don't want to look at people for their individual abilities, experiences. They just want to look at people as members of specific groups. And so, by the way, Donna, the shades are open.
What's the Donna in a state of undress of some kind here? Or?
Well, yeah. Did you know there's a camera in here?
Well, turn it on, damn it. Hey, Flounder, we got a link to his camera? Where's the AI when we need one?
So anyway, Donna did just parade through what we call the salon.
That's a lot.
From the stateroom.
That's on the second floor of the mobile.
Yes, it is.
Mansion.
To remind
Boortz subdivision on Wheel, they call it.
To remind me that we have a dinner date.
Oh, where are you going?
Yeah.
Big time Charlie dinner or special?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, I'm just curious. I mean, is this like an anniversary thing? Or?
Actually, Waffle House.
Well, I love Waffle House. I've been there in years. I love it.
We do too. It's with some bussin' buddies.
Excellent. I've never had a bad meal at Waffle. I've never been disappointed at the Waffle House, I must say.
No, and by the way, if you want to know what my dietary likes and dislikes are, two words, Cracker and Barrel.
Well, there you are. We were just talking about them. Although I went there, and their sausage gravy on biscuits was not as good as it used to be. It was real pasty. I was kind of disappointed.
You know who really loves biscuits and gravy? Europeans.
Really?
They come over here and somebody serves up some biscuits and gravy. They just go nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. This is... If they started making it, though, they would come up with some weird name like Bangers and Mash.
Yeah.
Or, whatever.
Sausage and, the best I ever had was in the Marine Corps. Marine Corps did a sausage and hamburger gravy stuff. Oh, my Lord. It was the best I've ever had.
And you should have copied it and called it Hamburger Helper.
I know.
Or something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but I hate to take my leave. I'll talk to you at the end of the week, but I do... she comes first, and she wants me to get dressed and get ready to go to dinner with our friends. Yeah.
The correct answer is yes, my darling. I'll be right there. So.
Well, I'm looking at a wall above the galley. We have a
well, the galley. You don't want to close off for the sports room or the the viewing
room. And up on there is a little sign that reminds me every single day when I'm in the galley doing the dishes. Happy wife, happy life.
There you are. That always works. Neil Boortz,
it does.
Always a pleasure. Anytime you're available, we'll put you on for as long as you want, anytime you want. That's the deal.
Damn, you're dressed already? Okay, Kimmer.
It looks like you got work to do. Hey, let me help you with that zipper.
You're not naked, are you?
You're going the wrong way. No. You're zipping it down, baby.
Another opportunity missed.
There you go. Neil Boortz right here. Look out. Thank you, Neil. It's 427. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Neil Boortz on 106.3. Look out.
It's time for your Georgia headlines presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Joe Biden has withdrawn his re-election campaign and endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic candidate. According to an AJC poll, former President Trump leads Kamala Harris by 5 percentage points in the state of Georgia, which is well outside the 3.1% margin of error. Day 3 of the CrowdStrike global outage has continued to plague travelers and cancel more flights. Hundreds of delayed flights and hours-long lines have affected travelers looking to depart Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Expected today as well. Delta Airlines canceled 27 flights yesterday, has 155 delayed flights and only 18 flights on time. CrowdStrike has issued a statement saying it deployed a fix and is working with all impacted customers to ensure systems are back up to deliver the service to the customers are counting on.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow XTRA 106.3 on social media or download the XTRA 106.3 app.
Yeah, a lot of people nervous along with the Kimmer here with Pete and Flounder on 106.3, and our buddies at Atlanta Safe House worried about security, worried about our future, worried about things you want to save and keep safe. I'll tell you, if you haven't thought about getting a safe, it's time to do it. In fact, we've had a whole bunch of folks just went up to their showroom in Ackworth after listening to the Kimmer talk about what they can offer for you. And again, I get the biggest kick out of this. When you think about a gun safe, I've had these 2 gun safes, which they can bolt from inside into your concrete basement or garage or whatever you want. I mean, these are the best delivery people in the world. In fact, a reminder, there are a lot of people looking for a lot of service companies, kind of folks that you don't really want them in your home. Well, Atlanta Safe House, Jeff and Mark make sure that when they have somebody deliver stuff to your house, it's an off-duty police or firefighter or a military person to thank them for what they do, because you can trust them, by golly. They've been doing this for decades. And these big gun safes, it's not just a big empty safe with a dial on it. It's got nooks and crannies and shelves shelving units and anything you want. They can decide, they can put anything you want in your safes. And they aren't all the 5 or 6 footer things. They're all kinds of shapes and sizes. They're beautiful, and they're pretty much always on sale, by the way. Check out their pistol safes, high security safes, business safes, jewelry safes, stuff you want to save. Medical records, unlike the Kimmer, screwed up that time when went down to Florida. But now that, the kids know about my medical stuff and my dental records and my business things and my living will, all that stuff. Keep it safe from fire or flood or theft or whatever. Tell them the Kimmer sent you, and please remember, they take care of you. On the web, it's atlantasafehouse.com.
We've all heard it before. Buy one, get one Windows. 10% off if you call today. $500 off if you sign tonight. But are these really a special? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Hi, this is Candace with Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Don't fall for it. It's exhausting trying to keep up with all the fake specials being offered. And we all say the same thing. We're all licensed, we're all insured, we all have 5-star reviews. At Exovations, we want to earn your business the right way. But don't take our word for it. Let us show you why we say we are different from other contractors. To find out what it means to have an on-time, on-budget, and stress-free renovation, call me today at 770-205-2995 or online at exovations.com. That's exovations.com.
Who says you have to wait until December? I'm Jaron Solomon, right now at Solomon Brothers.
You hear about their family's company all the time here on Extra 106.3. First Liberty has helped hundreds of small businesses grow by saying yes when the big banks say no. On Wall Street, opportunities to earn big returns are everywhere. But for Main Street investors, those opportunities are hard to find. Until now. Our First Liberty notes are now open to qualified Main Street investors, paying interest rates of 8 to 13% while helping fuel the growth of small businesses right here in Georgia. With a few basic qualifications and with as little as $25,000, qualified Main Street investors just like you can earn an 8 to 13% interest rate. If this is you, they'd love to hear from you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and consider joining the First Liberty family today. That's FirstLibertyGA.com. FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. Purchasers must verify their SEC accredited investor status. Securities are not being offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Hey folks, Donald Trump Jr. here. Let me ask you this. Does inflation feel worse than we're being told in the news? That's because the official inflation rate doesn't tell the whole story. Since January of 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back. But what you can do is stop your losses today. How? By diversifying your savings into a gold IRA from my friends at the Birch Gold Group. When you're done, your money will be parked in a tangible asset with proven history. To see how it works, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word hedge to 989898. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust. They provide an easy process to roll over your 401k or IRA into gold without losing your tax advantage status. So text hedge to 989898. That's hedge to the number 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold.
Message and data rates may apply.
Who says you have to wait until December to celebrate Christmas? Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon. Right now at Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we're celebrating Christmas in July in all of our locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. Stop in today and enjoy our 12 days of deals on everything in our stores. Surprise your special someone with a beautiful diamond tennis bracelet, earrings, ring, or necklace. And to make your purchase even easier, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is offering up to 60 months interest-free financing. That's 5 years to pay for that special gift, interest-free. And while you're at it, why not break out the tree, string up the lights, and pour yourself some eggnog? Make this a Christmas to remember with our 12 days of deals. Don't wait until December. Find some of the biggest savings of the year at Solomon Brothers Jewelers during our Christmas in July event. Visit us on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and Fisher Road in Sharpsburg, and online at SolomonBrothers.com. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, now the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
Okie dokie, how you doing? 434. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete and Flounder.
Everybody's breaking up somebody else's home.
Elvis Costello.
Before somebody else started
hearts are bringing up their own. I get you in my dreams. You should do the things you see. It's not that it's so much fun, but it's
There's something about him I always liked. Thought he just had a kind of a goofy attitude or something, and he's kind of a cool guy. Elvis Costello with Stiff Records released My Aim Is True, the debut album from Elvis in the UK. Musicians featured on the album were uncredited on the original release because of a contract thing, although the backing band was made up of members of the band Clover. That is for the record. Our birthdays include David Spade is 60, and the guy, this is Flounder's birthday guy, says, rumor has it God gifted him with special David Spade, 60. Don Henley from the Eagles, 77 today. There we go. And on this day, and I got to write it, David, got to cross it out. Damn, I got a history thing on my phone. Hold on, I got to get it back here. There we go. On this day in history, in 1893, Catherine Lee Bates, a professor at Wellesley College, wrote the original version of the poem America the Beautiful. She was inspired by the view from Pikes Peak in Colorado. Now, here are the lyrics to America the Beautiful in 1893. Oh, beautiful for halcyon skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the enabled plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, till souls wax fair as earth and music-hearted sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet whose stern impassioned street, a thoroughfare for freedom to across the wilderness. God shed his grace on thee till paths he wrought through by pilgrim foot and knee. That was the original. Well, beautiful for spacious skies.
I don't know why I should change that.
Holy cremity.
Into English.
Anyway, I mean, but isn't that 1893? Isn't that
flowery language?
I thought it was kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, we got so many things. Oh, we didn't give away tickets. Should we give away tickets? We got these tickets here. Should we do this now? Flounder, you
sure.
Want to do tickets? Okay, again, here's the number, 404-741-1230.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
What?
I'm not going to say anything. Just go ahead.
You can make fun of these people.
Okay.
Well, the joke is that, the loser gets 2 pairs of tickets. No, we're joking.
It's okay. A lot of people love this guy.
They love these people. It's a whole bunch of people. It's not just one guy.
Was he the guy with the sex tape?
I think it is. We'll find out. 2 tickets.
Yes, it's Bret Michaels from the band Poison. He had the first sex tape with Pamela Anderson prior to
Jenna Jameson.
Tommy Lee. Well, Tommy Lee was the one who had the popular sex tape.
I think Brett had one with Jenna Jameson.
He probably had a couple.
Yeah. Well, anyway, here's the deal. Ameris Park Amphitheater. Hell, you could park in my driveway and walk over there instead of paying for parking. Party Gras, it's called. Party Gras 2.0 Tour, August 3rd. Bret Michaels, Chris Jansen, Don Felder, Lou Gramm, and special guest Dee Snider.
Okay, Lou Gramm's from Foreigner, and the one before that,
Don Felder's from Eagles.
Yeah.
So these are all big guys.
Yeah.
And it's August.
These are all big bands from the 80s, the hair band generation.
Yeah, it's Party Gras 2.0, August 3rd at Ameris Park. I got 2 tickets. Are on sale at livenation.com. And so if you want the tickets, 404-741-1230. And there you are. By the way, our 4 o'clock hour is sponsored by our good friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes, incidentally. They have a showroom in Ackworth and on the web at atlantasafehouse.com.
Your good friend Marjorie Taylor Greene has gone after
what's the latest? Again, the Secret Service hearing. Oh, my God. I wish everybody could just watch this. I mean, for at least an hour. You would be so offended and outraged if you care about the news and care about your country, the way this has been handled after 9 days, and she's still stonewalling and still keeping her job. And we have not seen the President of the United States since, Friday last week?
Yeah.
After his announcement, and still have not seen him. I think he could be dead. Man could be dead.
Nobody knows.
What's going on? The latest on the Secret Service hearing, which I think is off for the day. Probably gone.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. How did crooks fly a drone over the rally area? Cheadle. I would have to check the timeline. Why didn't you bring the timeline? I don't have all the answers on the timeline. Do you have a timeline at all? I have a timeline that does not have specifics, to which the room erupted in laughter.
Yeah. Then you don't have a timeline. If there's no specific, what does that mean? You don't have any information on it.
It's a joke.
Well, I have a timeline, but there's no numbers on it. So that's kind of,
It's all a word salad. She's basically killing time till she can leave.
Yeah, we have the timeline. It's a line.
This elite, a ruling class elite, does not owe us anything and doesn't have to answer any of our questions. These are our representatives. And Congress, she's telling them to go blank in their hat and pull it over their ears.
And by the way, this is the attitude that I have about all this. Not only should she be fired immediately, she's got to be investigated for exactly what the incompetence of what happened to
Let's just come out and say it. They're complicit.
Yeah.
They tried to kill Donald Trump. Either the FBI or the damn Secret Service or somebody. This is so incompetent. It's beyond incompetence now. Somebody's complicit. Somebody allowed this to happen.
I'm also afraid because, she's a DEI person. She's a girl. The only reason she got that job because she's a girl. And the DEI business, she wants 30% of the agents to be girls. I'm scared to death that the reason that he was not stopped was because nobody got permission to freaking shoot him, because they were afraid of shooting a guy and then getting in trouble for it, because they were afraid, because they didn't know what to do. They were scared to make a decision based, again, these are the people running our country. And frankly, in fact, this is the way they treat, this is the way they think about it. This is how they behave toward us. This is the total lack of respect for the American people.
This is how out of control the federal bureaucracy, the empire has gotten, that they look so disdain down their nose at the rest. And by the way, they talk about conspiracy theories and how we're all stupid, we shouldn't be doing it. Well, everything that's happened with the Secret Service, everything that's happened for the last 4 days of the President of the United States stepping down from running for the first time ever that I can remember, and then disappearing, everything screams for people to move into the vacuum and come up with their own conspiracy theories when they could clean this all up tomorrow.
They can't do that.
Both of them.
They won't do that. The duplicity and the obfuscation,
arrogance,
and my opinion is of this: we need to punish these people. Now, forget this business about bygones and be bygones. When President Stupidface leaves office, whether he's walking around or not, he should be charged with crimes. He should be charged with a crime of having secret documents that he did not deserve to have. He was not president at the time when he had him by his Corvette. He sneaked those documents out and he shared secret information with a reporter who also erased the information to cover up the fact that it was there. This is a major conspiracy, and let's not forget, it's the same thing Donald Trump was charged for when they did the raid on Mar-a-Lago for the secret documents. So Biden, again, we do not forgive people. We go get these people. He deserves to be arrested, and I say hound him till he freaking dies. Hound him for the rest of his miserable, stinking life. Investigate him for the banking contracts. Put all those bankers under all those 123 suspicious activity reports for the money laundering of the Biden crime family, and have every one of them put in a deposition, and have every one of them freaking arrested, and have everyone go to freaking trial. Do not give up on these people. None of this, poor old man, my ass. He's a child molester and a danger to this American society. Talk about a danger to our republic. It's the Democrats. Remember, these are people trying to keep Donald Trump off the ballot. They're still trying to keep him off the ballot. Oh, God, these people do not deserve our respect. And when Van Jones and all the rest of these freaking crybabies say, he's a man of honor, he did the right thing for his country, he was sacrificing on my ass, he still didn't want to go out. They had to threaten to say, we're going to get you on the 25th Amendment if you don't resign get off the ticket.
Supposedly Schumer went in as a good cop, and Pelosi was the bad cop, and supposedly, according to the New York Post, she said this can go the easy way or the hard way.
I'll bet she said that. I'll bet she said exactly that.
That's exactly what she is. Of course she did that.
The woman's going to go to hell when she dies. She's a freaking snake, a liar and a duplicitous snake. Vicious, hate-filled snake. And let's remember another thing. I'm going to try to calm down.
Why?
This is the only president this country has ever had who deliberately screamed and yelled with hate speech to turn half the country against the other half of the country. He is calling people who voted for Donald Trump dangers to our so-called democracy. I'm not making that up.
Well,
he actually has been saying it for 4 years.
Which is why Newsweek could put a cover of MAGA people at not a protest, but a rally. Yeah. Just MAGA people waving American flags. Yeah. And the headline in Newsweek was, "The enemy within."
Yeah, danger. Yeah.
That we're an enemy.
We're dangerous. No other president of any country, think of any other country. I mean, even Fidel Castro didn't say turn on your neighbors.
Half of them, yeah.
I mean, this is unbelievable. There's no one's ever been like this hate-filled. And he's the guy who got elected because he was going to be the gentle old man to kind of bring us together. That was the
Uncle Joe.
That's why he got elected. He said, "Oh no, I'm going to go down to the basement now. We got COVID. Let's all bring ourselves together. No more hate speech." The first person who says something negative in my administration gets fired. Remember that? God almighty.
He's going to bring back normalcy.
He's
The
a
adults are back in
dirty,
charge.
rotten-
They're all DEI children. Seriously.
I mean, God.
Well, that's what's funny is they nominated Kamala because of DEI and it failed.
Yeah.
They're hoisted by their own petard. I love that phrase.
Yes,
by
they
the way.
are. It's just freaking unbelievable. Let's do a little soundbite. Let's do the Biden as sharp as ever again, Flounder. Cut number one. Just remember again that Carmela was lying to you. They were all lying to you. Every one of them.
Just
because
Friday.
It wasn't just all of a sudden, he turned, the day before the debate, he all of a sudden had a problem.
Sunday. There were people on the morning news Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Lying.
Here's an example of all the people saying, even this weekend, no, he's got it. He
is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
This is a man who is sharp, who is on top of his game, who knows what's going on.
This guy's tough.
Is he sharp?
He's smart. He's on his game. His mental acuity is great.
This is a very sharp president.
This
is a man that's on his game.
President Biden is absolutely fit. There's not a problem.
He's sharp. He's fit. He's always answering questions. He is on the ball. He was sharper than anyone I've spoken to.
Curious.
He's sharp. He is on top of things.
There's no doubt in my mind that the president is mentally fit for office. Biden has proven himself to have a strong memory. He's completely mentally sharp.
He's at the top of his game.
Do you think there's a memo that went out with the two phrases? He's sharp and he's on top of his game. They're all saying the same thing.
That's right.
Remember a few years ago when they showed all the local news anchors saying the exact same speech at the beginning of the news?
Yeah. Remember gravitas? I mean, there's always been something where they
at the end of the day.
Yeah, he doesn't have the gravitas to be able to. There's always something. I mean, it's really.
But that's planned. That's the DNC faxing out a memo.
That's right.
Say on his game. Sharp as a tack.
And remember, they did this deliberately because they were trying to fake it again to get away with him being in office again as though he could actually pull it off. And there's no way I don't think he'll be alive in 4 years.
No, well, LBJ
Natural
died
causes.
before, 72?
I think he's dying now. I think he's dying. I think this is the end. I don't think he'll last till Christmas.
He's going to give up now. He's going to turn his head to the wall, like they say.
Well, he's going to. In fact, people do that when you get to the age where your life is over and there's nothing to live for. And,
David did that in the Bible. He turned his head to the wall. He gave up. John Lennon sang a song about that.
Yeah. I think he's dying. And they tried to fake this and hide this from you for 4 years.
They care more about their party than their country, which makes them Marxists.
They were willing to keep him in office for 4 more years and hope you didn't discover it. If they hadn't had that debate, you still wouldn't know.
Or Twitter. If Elon Musk hadn't bought Twitter, they would have taken all those cheap fakes that we tried to put on there, and they would have erased them.
That's a great X and the debate, and that was the ball game, and then they finally got screwed. 447, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder right here.
It's time for the Boortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, this sports commentary is an abridged version of an 8-minute rant I recorded last night. Perhaps you'll hear it later on here on XTRA 106.3, but there are things that really worry me now about the upcoming election. It is inconceivable that the people of this country, as I know this country to be, would ever vote for Kamala Harris for president. She is completely without accomplishment. She's a prosecutor. Well, so what? So is Alvin Bragg. How is that working out for you? Ever heard of a yellow dog Democrat? An old Southern definition, somebody that would vote for a yellow dog as long as it was running as a Democrat. This country is full of them. These, by and large, are people who vote for a living. They don't really care to work for a living. These are people who embrace their group identity. Here's an example. United Auto Workers, union members that build our cars, well, some of them now, used to be virtually all of them. Do they go around wearing windbreakers that say Ford or Chrysler or Chevrolet? No, they proudly wear their UAW jackets with their UAW patches. Their personal identity is wrapped up in their union membership, their group membership. I'm black, therefore I have to vote Democrat. Thankfully, that attitude is disappearing. I'm a woman, therefore I have to vote for whoever will legalize abortion. After all, me take birth control? What the hell? I'm a teacher. I have to vote for the people that will protect my job by blocking school choice. Identity politics, the Democrat way. There's too many of them out there, and they'll be voting Kamala Harris. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Neil Boortz, XTRA 106.3.
Hey, it's Tuck here with an important message as the weather heats up. Southern Exteriors is gearing up with unmatched quality and precision. For over 25 years, they've been delivering top-notch craftsmanship that you can rely on. And let me tell you, they're hotter than the campaign trail in July. Got a home exterior project that's got you feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. From roofing to siding, gutters to windows and doors. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co. Get a free consultation. Southern Exteriors, your home's best ally with any project.
Need reliable power on the go? Look no further than Honda Generators. Whether you're camping in the great outdoors, powering up your work site, or ensuring your home is ready for any emergency, Honda Generators deliver unmatched performance. And the best place to get your Honda generator? That's Howard Brothers. With expert staff and unbeatable service, they have the right generator for every need. Visit Howard Brothers today and experience the power and reliability of Honda Generators, your trusted source for all your power needs. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Honda and Howard Brothers.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth has it for you. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, or the Subaru Forester, the SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where the adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com or come visit us today on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. We're Subaru of Gwinnett.
At Nelson Elder Care Law, we understand that family's everything. That's why we prioritize your family's future with personalized asset protection solutions. Call us today to schedule your legacy planning meeting and discover how our team can tailor our services to meet your family's unique needs, ensuring a secure and worry-free future. NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Foundation repair isn't pretty, but at Atlanta Ramjack, we make it easy. If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with the repair. Why call us? Foundation repair is all we do. We have highly trained estimators that will thoroughly evaluate your home and only recommend what is needed. If you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881.
Ninepence. I'm not dead. What? Nothing. Here's your ninepence. I'm not dead. Here. He says he's not dead. Yes, he is. I'm not. He isn't? Well, he will be soon. He's very ill. I'm getting better. No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment. Oh, I can't take him like that. It's against regulations. I don't want to go on the car. Oh, don't be such a baby. I can't take him. I feel fine. Well, do us a favour. I can't. Well, can you hang around a couple of minutes? He won't be long. No, I've got to go to Robinson's. They've lost 9 today. Well, when's your next run? Thursday. I think I'll go for a walk. You're not fooling anyone, you know. Look. Isn't there something you can do? I feel happy. I feel happy. Oh, thanks very much. That's all.
You're dead now. What are you talking about? 4 4:53.
Now we know.
Mercy. Aretha. 1969 on this day. Aretha arrested for causing a disturbance in a Detroit parking lot. After posting a $50 bail, she ran down a road sign, leaving the police station. I'll never forget the picture of her in that funeral casket with those big, like, purple elfin shoes on her feet. Her some big slipper, those weird-looking things. What a gal.
By the way, that sound you just played was a Kimmer Seeger microphone inside the Rehoboth Beach compound over the weekend.
Over in Delaware on Sunday. To the phones quickly. Leila, you're on the radio. Thanks for calling, Leila. How you doing, and what do you think?
I'm the one from North Carolina. It's hard to follow Monty Python and Aretha.
Yes, it is.
I noticed something in his letter that no one else has pointed out, but it just jumped out at me. When he said he was doing it for the good of his party and his country.
Yeah.
And nobody's mentioned that the first thing he said was for his party.
Yeah.
Not his country.
Good point. Absolutely. And again, the word, in fact, Pete's going to tell us here again, there's something new about this also. But apparently now the latest word is, Layla, that the top Democrats played good cop, bad cop. And Chuck Schumer, the suspected child molester, apparently tried to sweet talk him. And then Nancy Pelosi said, we're going to do this the easy way or the hard way. If you don't quit, we're going to 25th Amendment you and get you out of there. And so he wasn't doing this willingly. And the man is not a man of honor or anything else. It's a damn bunch of crap. Now, Pete Davis, Leila, listen to this. There's a new thought or theory about what happens if Carmela loses the race.
That they're going to force Sotomayor to step down. She's 70, and they're going to put Harris on the Supreme Court.
Try to get a Carmela side piece on the Supreme Court.
Oh, good Lord. No.
Can you imagine? Oh, Lordy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that would be an even switch because both of them are pretty, that's the brain challenge.
Yeah, well, at least she knows what a woman is, I guess. Or maybe not. I don't know these days.
Well, maybe not. Yeah.
Leila, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Have a great day and enjoy the sunshine. Thanks, sweetie. 4:55 and the Braves are in town. We'll have Holy Crap at Sports in about 20 minutes. Our birthday list includes, Terrence Stamp. Now, I know the
Good
name.
actor.
86 years old. 86 years old. General Zod in Superman 2, Jor-El on Smallville, and Siegfried in the Get Smart movie. And it says here, thanks to Superman 2, he has the all-time greatest pickup line. Kneel before Zod. There he is. Yeah. He was a great, scary freaking character.
He's
man.
been in a lot of stuff.
When was he the one who sent him into that spinning wheel up into the universe there?
Excuse me?
The Superman thing where Zor-El was trapped in the wheel spinning up into the. That was him. That was brutal, man. And on this day in history,
The Phantom Zone.
The Phantom Zone, ladies and gentlemen. And on this day. Now I got to get to my phone. I got at least three sources. I got to get to the phone source on this one. Okay, on this day in 1991, Jeffrey Dahmer is caught. One of the most sadistic serial killers in our time. His apartment was searched. The extent of his horrors revealed. 1991, Jeffrey Dahmer had pictures of human body parts. The apartment was littered with human remains, including heads in the refrigerator and freezer, suggesting he had been practicing cannibalism with his victims. He later confessed to 17 murders and Lord knows how many actual murders. On this day in 1991, they got him. 4:57, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230, by the way, if you'd like to join us. And again, the Secret Service hearing, I guess, is over for today. She said she'll have information for him in 60 days. What a crock. 9 days, and she can't answer the... Marjorie Taylor Greene asked her some very simple questions.
Timeline.
Yeah.
Do you have a timeline? Well, it's got nothing on it.
Yeah, we
it's
don't
a
have
blank
any.
page.
We don't have any specifics at the moment.
Sun rose, sunset. That's it.
Good Lord! I mean, the simple question.
She better not be there in 60 days. I don't want her to see her in 60 days, except she's behind bars.
You know, has anybody else called other than us and Republicans, J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, and some conservative Republican senators are calling for her to resign? Has anybody?
I think some Dems have.
The nation now said
I think some Dems have come out. In fact, they grilled her today. AOC grilled her a little bit, amazingly.
It's unbelievable. In fact, let's do a quick Nancy Mace here. We have time for a little Nancy Mace. How about cut number 4, if you don't mind, Flounder? Nancy Mace with this Secret Service girl today.
My first question. Both sides of the aisle today have asked for your resignation. Would you like to use my 5 minutes to draft your resignation letter, yes or no?
No, thank you.
Was this a colossal failure?
It was a failure.
Yes or no? Is it a colossal failure is the
Colossal
question. Yes or no?
I have admitted this is a terrible.
This is a yes or no series of questions. Was this a colossal failure? Yes or no?
Yes.
Have you provided a list to the Oversight Committee? Yes or no?
I will have to get back to you on that.
That is a no. Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th? Yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no. You're full of today. You're just being completely dishonest.
Well, that was uncalled for,
In fact,
Senator.
I think we got like 30 seconds for cut number 3, Flounder. I think we have time for this before we go to our break. Cut number 3 with Nancy Mace.
Okay, would you say leaking your opening statement to Punchbowl News, Politico's Playbook, and Washington Post several hours before you sent it to this committee as being political? Yes or no?
I have no idea how my statement got out.
Well, that's bullshit.
I love that Nancy Mace. I got
Good night, everybody.
That's it for me. Mic drop. Holy smokes. All right, it's almost 5 o'clock. Holy crap. And sports is coming up. We got so much more. 404-741-1230 if you'd like to be part of it. Timmer, Pete, and Flounder.
and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Hauling in cash and endorsements. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Democratic Party members appear to be coalescing around Vice President Harris to be the party's presidential nominee. A delegate survey done for the AP claims she's already received the support of half the delegates needed to win the nomination, picking up the endorsement of former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi today, and she'll meet soon with House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senate Democrat Leader Chuck Schumer. The campaign also says they've taken in a 24-hour windfall of $81 million in donations. Vice President spoke publicly today for the first time since President Biden decided to pass the torch.
Joe Biden's legacy of accomplishment over the past 3 years is unmatched in modern history.
The president's doctors say most of his COVID symptoms are gone. He's still isolated at his home in Delaware, supposed to meet with Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu at the White House tomorrow. Several members of the House Oversight Committee openly frustrated with the testimony of Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle, or the lack of it. Citing an ongoing investigation, she declined today to answer specific questions about the attempt on former President Trump's life, including whether requests for extra security had been denied.
I cannot speak to specific incidents, but I can tell you in general terms, the Secret Service is judicious with their resources.
Florida Republican Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna found that to be more than evasive.
In my opinion, according to some of the testimony today, I feel that you have perjured yourself in some instances. And so I'm going to ask for a full review of the transcripts by staff. And if you find that to be the case, I do ask that you bring perjury charges.
Several members of the committee asked Cheadle to resign. She has not. Wall Street up sharply today. The Dow gained 128 points, NASDAQ up 280, the S&P 500 closing 59 points higher. America is listening to Fox News.
Hear that? The sound of water being poured on 800-degree rocks. If you were here in this sauna, you'd be so hot you wouldn't have the energy to move. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. Besides, after a long ride, a helmet sweat is way more satisfying. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without even breaking a sweat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Donald Trump Jr. here. Since January of 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back, but you can stop your losses by diversifying into a gold IRA from my friends at Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free info kit from Birch Gold right now.
Message and data rates may apply.
Let's get it together, ladies. Let's shoulder, right up, buddy. Ready on your It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder 503 on 106.3. Here's number 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Holy smokes, what a weekend, what a day. What do you think? 404-741-1230. We still have not. Have we seen a picture or anything?
No. He's disappeared.
How is this not leading to people wondering what the hell is going on? This is the most. Okay, LBJ in 1968 was president. Vietnam was a mess. Everything was exploding, and LBJ had the decency, and nobody knew. Even his wife didn't know what he was going to say. He said, "I'm going on TV. I'm going to make a decision." He went on TV and said, "I shall not seek, and I will not accept my party's nomination to be your president." And then he said, "Why? The divide in the country and this thing bring us da-da-da-da-da." This guy, I can't believe that after as important as this was, again, this says a lot about his character. The only reason that this man, so-called man, has not addressed the public publicly on television to say what's going on, to take the high road saying, well, you need to stop the division, the best thing, Instead, he's hiding because he's so mad and so angry and so beaten down that his own party performed a coup. Like I said last week, the Democrat Party is the first party in the history of this country to carry out a coup on President in Republican Party and then pull off a coup against their own guy. Why a coup? And he was threatened. He was told, good cop, bad cop. Pelosi said, we do it the easy way or the hard way. If you don't quit, we're going to 25th Amendment you. They're all turning on him, and he's still so mad. He refuses to face the music. He's such a pansy and such a cowardly little scuzzbag and a freaking criminal and a child molester pervert that he's hiding now because he doesn't want to come out in public and look like an idiot because he's been faking it for 4 freaking years.
Once again, they always do what they accuse the other side of doing. They accuse Trump for trying to kill democracy. Right. They've been lecturing us about saving democracy for 6 years now, and they've just pulled off the most undemocratic process to pick a nominee in maybe over 100 years in this city.
He's forced out because of a coup by his own party. It's a coup.
14 million votes meant nothing.
And the money.
She'll get that money.
Well,
there's ways to get the money
but there's maybe.
And she raised $81 million in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, that says something. And again, what scares me is that there are more liberals in this country than there are conservatives.
Republicans do not sit on your ass and blow this.
Georgia, if you stay home like you did, you voted for Kemp but refused to vote for the Senate, and that cost us a liberal Senate seat. You cannot. Everybody who has an opportunity to vote has to vote this time. We can't take a chance because there are more of them. If they all go, I mean, think about it. The hate for Donald Trump is so severe. They're still trying to get him. They still want him to be killed. And these people are so vicious. They will make sure every single Democrat, they're going to do stuff to register people to vote and have drop boxes at everybody's neighborhood in a liberal area. I mean, they're going to do everything. And they have more bad guys than we do. And if they all go out to vote and we don't, we're screwed.
John would like to talk to you.
John, you're on the radio. Happy Monday, man. What do you think? Can you believe any of this?
Hey, man, I love it. Look, have you seen the graphics that changed the trajectory of where the bullet came from?
Yes, absolutely. There was a big story on it. In fact, the guy who did it talking about it, too.
The boy was on the other end of the building, as evidenced by the helicopter footage of where his body was laying. The trajectory, which was propagated through everybody else, said it came from the other end of the building where they showed him first. But there is an open window in the second story of the building right behind that goes in perfect line with the bullet trajectory that they propagated. And who was in that building?
Well, last week somebody...
The other Secret Service snipers.
Yeah.
Now, where is that in the news?
Again, we're not going to get the news. I had a chance to watch about an hour of that hearing this morning. What a joke.
Oh, I did too. Yeah, I know. Hey, best driving music there is, CCR.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Gotta go. You're killing me. I mean, I really the whole thing is flabbergasting. How is it possible that President Crime Family has not made an appearance? Even it's now almost, it's dark is coming and Monday night.
Do you remember the coup against Gorbachev?
Yeah.
Where they took him to the DACA and they hit him down in Crimea or whatever, and you didn't see him for days, and no one knew if he was dead and everything like that.
He was dead.
That's what's happening.
Again, who did that again? The Russian communists did
Soviets.
That. Yeah. This is what those people do. Talk about hiding from the sunlight. I mean, think about it. The man has done. Now, LBJ was in one position where the country was being driven apart. I mean, this was a very bad time for America, and he didn't. He was president, and he could have run again, but he decided not to for some very good reasons. This is a whole different story. This was a guy, and this was an entire party that's been lying and deceiving and cheating and hiding for 4 years. And finally, they got so unhappy with the guy, even though they knew that they were the ones who started it in the beginning. They put him in this position. They knew there was no way that he should have been running for re-election. They drew this upon themselves, and they actually performed a coup against their own guy. I mean, and he just, I mean, this has never happened. The Democrat Party didn't go to LBJ. He would have told him to go to hell. I mean, LBJ ran the freaking Democrat Party. Biden doesn't run the Democrat Party. And when the Democrats came to Nixon, when the Republicans came to Nixon, it was over. He knew. And now he didn't resign, because of a mental lack of acuity or anything else. But this was in the middle of a campaign. This has never happened before. This is unbelievable. And he's hiding.
And the same people lectured us about democracy and saving it. Don't even blink an eye when they destroyed our republic in front of our eyes.
The undemocratic Democrat Party just performed a coup to get rid of their Democratic candidate.
They're communists.
A sitting president.
Marxists. That's what they do.
They got rid of a sitting president. And now the calls are for him to resign. And I hope he doesn't, because that'd make her president, and God knows what she could do between now and January. I mean, seriously. Oh my God, can you imagine?
Well, they tried everything against Trump, including trying to kill him. So their only thing now was to get rid of dummy.
I guess. Well, again, the whole thing is just appalling. And she's running for president. And by the way, we saw some video of her. She's acting like she's president now.
She is. She's big. Yeah,
she's
time Charlie now.
Yeah, she's leading the Secret Service. You guys over there. He says, yeah. How you doing? Yeah, good to see you.
It's Barney Fife when Andy leaves town.
Get your bullet.
Yeah, it's Barney. Barney's in charge.
Yeah, here at the Rock.
Thelma Lou.
Here at the Rock, baby.
Does not show that we have two countries now.
We do.
There's no way you can unify with people like this.
That's right.
We have two countries now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. That's the way it is. I do not want to unify with these people. I don't have anything to do with these people. Yeah. They're not Americans. They don't think like Americans. They don't believe in the Constitution. They don't believe in the Bill of Rights. They don't like the flag. They don't like God. They don't like the nuclear family. They don't like the Star Spangled Banner. They don't like anything that's American.
Yeah. They don't like you keeping your gender. They don't like you have. And by the way, we're the mothers of America about the little simple things about gender. Boys taking showers with your 7-year-old or 12-year-old daughter. I mean, the country's gone to hell. In fact, how did it get this way?
Counterculture. The hippies won.
After World War II, the communist things, we won the war, the plan, and everything else. And so there was division in politics. The Democrats were in favor of unions going back to work in the 50s and stuff like that. And the Republicans were not. We're management people. And that was the divide. And there were some racial things, but basically it was just kind of an economic divide to determine who was a Democrat and who was a Republican. How'd you feel about unions and management? I mean, that was about as sharp as it got. All of a sudden now, half the country hates the other half of the country. These people on the left are still saying, oh my God, this man is such an honorable man. He did the right thing for his country. It's a shame what those Republicans are. I mean, it's unbelievable. They can't stop. They hate us. They're blaming us.
I hate them now.
And they've pulled off a coup after saying that Donald Trump was the danger to our democracy. They are the ones who performed the coup for the second time. What more can you say?
What more will they stoop to? If they've done all this,
they tried to kill him.
What's next?
Set him on fire. I know. They're going to set the Mar-a-Lago on fire while he's in there.
They're going to try and turn the military, which they've infused with illegals, against us.
They'll have a drone attack from the sky. They'll turn the drones on to Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago when he's celebrating with his wife. I mean, these people don't do anything. They tried to murder him.
They tried to murder him.
And the Democrat Party caused that to happen. They put a target on
the media, too.
Yeah, bullseye on
the enemy within.
Absolutely.
He's a Hitler. He's a Nazi. Put a Hitler mustache on him. The New Republic did.
That's right. I'll write in the magazine. Right in the cover. Target, bullseye.
Wouldn't you kill Hitler if you had a chance?
Absolutely. There you are. It's the right thing to do. I mean, come on. Somebody take him out. They tried. 5:13. Cameron Feed and Flounder. Happy talk, news talk, fun talk with sports coming up next. Look out, baby. There you go.
Got your sports.
XTRA 106.3 is committed to bringing you the local and national perspective you need and hearing your voice leading up to the election.
There are things that really worry me now about the upcoming election. It is inconceivable that the people of this country would ever vote for Kamala Harris for president. She is without accomplishment.
Proud to be Atlanta's conservative news and talk station. XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
It is so important to prepare in case of any emergency, and there's one place you can do that, and that's True Prep in Marietta on Cobb Parkway. But before you get into preparing, you need to know everything that goes into preparing. That's why they have all these great classes. They always have an intro to emergency preparedness class. What about a bug out bag? Make sure that you go to their class on that. And also, don't forget, they also do blood drives, everything else. It's your one-stop shop for preparedness. True Prep, Marietta, Cobb Parkway, or online, trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth has it for you. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, or the Subaru Forester, the SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where the adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com or come visit us today on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. We're Subaru of Gwinnett.
It's the unsung hero of your home, your garage door. You never think about it. You just hit the button and it opens until it doesn't. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. So you're ready for a new garage door. At All Four Seasons, we offer fast service, affordable prices, and a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. Improve your curb appeal, lower your energy bill, secure your home, and increase your property value. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. This week's guest is Josh Forbes with Scram Systems. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at the podcast broadcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Insurance companies know that you don't know a lot about the law, so maybe it would be better just to let your lawyer make the call to the insurance company when there's a problem. David Van Sant should be that lawyer. He used to work for the insurance company. He knows who to call, what to say, and he has your best interest at heart. Plus, if you don't get paid, either does he. Van Sant Law, 855-GA Injury or vansantlaw.com.
All right, I got now 5 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Lee Brandt Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. Hey, it's 5:19. And holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
I think you left the L out of the 5 o'clock right there.
Did I?
That's how Kamala tells time.
Oh, hey.
Braves have not started the second half of the season like they wanted to after dropping 2 out of 3 at home against the Cardinals. 6-2 the score yesterday in Truist Park. The Reds now come to town for 3 starting tonight. The 6-4 Hunter Green for the Redlegs against the 7-3 Reynaldo Lopez for the Bravos. Excellent. But to make things worse, both Max Fried and Ozzie Albies are now on the injured list.
Oh, no.
Fried on for 15 days for left forearm neuritis.
That's what got him last time, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
But Albie's gone for 8 weeks, a fractured left wrist when a horse bit him. When a Cards player slid into his glove at second base.
Oh, my God. 8 weeks? Is that what they
8
say?
weeks.
That's the ball.
Every year he gets hurt, man.
That's October.
Yeah. And then he'll have to
get
back in. Yeah, I'm telling you. But the good news, they've signed utility man Whit Merrifield and recalled a prospect with a great name. You're going to love this kid's name.
Yeah.
Nacho Alvarez Jr.
Nacho Alvarez.
Nacho.
That's his Alvarez.
From Gwinnett. Now, Merrifield's a 3-time All-Star, released by the Phillies July 12th. He was hitting just .199 in 53 games. He's going to provide infield depth for the Braves. Okay. And he's going to start at second base. And, by the way, Nacho's going to start at second base and bat second tonight.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah, he's normally a shortstop third baseman. But they say he's athletic.
He's an infielder. Yeah.
And can you do it? Now, the 35-year-old Merrifield was a bona fide star in Kansas City. Unfortunately, during practice this afternoon, he took a ball off his finger of his throwing hand.
Oh.
So he's going to be day-to-day.
Oh, God.
Nothing's hurt, nothing fractured, but he's going to be day-to-day. Alvarez is just 21. He's the Braves' top position playing prospect, was hitting .336. 7 homers and 24 RBIs in 28 games at AAA this year. Wow. The kid can hit. So hopefully that's going to help a lot. He's going to be, if he can play, he's going to be the second baseman for a while. Remember when they brought Vaughn Grissom up?
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll work out too. 4 more inductees into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown as Joe Mauer, Todd Helton, Adrian Beltre, and manager Jim Leland went in yesterday. What a perfect place, Cooperstown, New York. Mm-hmm. When we last heard from former Cincinnati play-by-play man Tom Brenneman, it was 4 years ago, and he was uttering the sentence that Kansas City is one of the, and it rhymes with bag, capitals of the world.
Yes,
which I never knew that.
I had no idea.
Kansas City.
I did not.
I knew there's a lot of
Which
mafia.
one? There's a Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri.
Well, there's a lot of mafia there, as we know from the TV and movies.
True.
There's a lot of barbecue there, but I didn't know there was a lot of bags running around.
Yes.
Tom was fired by the Reds, then by Fox Sports for saying that. He found himself calling high school football games and Puerto Rican Winter League baseball games.
Oh, my God.
Now, Brenneman is getting another chance. The CW Network has hired him to call college football games. Well, it's Idaho State against Oregon State, but it's a start.
Okay, all right.
I mean, come on. We've forgiven so many jackholes in this country. Yeah. I think it was one mistake. Now, I'm not a big fan of Tom Brenneman. I'm sorry, but he needs a second chance. Come on. He's not Brockmeyer or anything. Come on. Some St. Louis and Tampa Bay baseball players are being accused of using pro-Trump fist raises during games this weekend. One Rays player, Taylor Walls, raised his fist at second base and yelled to his dugout, "Fight, fight, fight." the phrase and gesture that President Donald Trump used after the failed assassination attempt. And for all those years, we had to put up with the kneeling for BLM and George Floyd. He got exactly what he deserved, and the Antifa BS and all that stuff. Kneeling for that during national anthems and ball games. There's nothing wrong with raising your fist and yelling, fight, fight, fight. And they better not do anything to these players.
In fact, on X today, players on the St. Louis Cardinals celebrated a home run by doing the Trump fight, fight, fight salute. They had their right hand on their ear and the other raised in a fist. And this guy says, I think I know who my new favorite baseball team is.
Well, good for them.
Their hand on their ear and the other fist raised. I mean, this is now a whole thing. The right ear that he got shot. I mean, what a great tribute.
The Onion has a story about the pathetic White Sox. With the franchise on track to have what may be the single worst season in the modern history of the sport, Major League Baseball sought to remind the Chicago White Sox that the team's games were televised. Based on the way
I can see you.
Based on the way you're playing, we just wanted to make sure you understand that there are people watching you. That pretty much anyone can go on TV and see what you're doing on the field, said Commissioner Rod Manfred, explaining that many Americans have cable and internet connections, except this guy, and can watch all the games the team is losing,
there you go.
as well as highlights of every Sox batter who strikes out, every fielder who drops the ball, every pitcher who once again allows the bases to become loaded. The fact that there are people in the stands watching, however few, should be enough to make your team do something to get its act together. But that hasn't happened. Some of these people actually paid to watch you, which, baffling as this may be, ought to provide some kind of motivation, right? Does any of what I'm saying make sense to you? We're just trying to help here. Reached for additional comment, Manfred emphasized that while no one actually wanted to watch the White Sox play, that wasn't the point. Here's some good news. Charles Barkley fans. Warner Brothers Discovery, which owns Turner Sports, says it will match Amazon Prime Video's $1.8 billion NBA deal, which means Inside the NBA could continue. The show.
Really?
With Ernie Johnson Jr. and
I thought that was
Kenny
a ball game.
and Shaq. So there's a chance it could continue.
Well, Barkley would end, if he wanted to keep working, he could.
He can do it anyway. He says he's going to retire, though, if the show ends. So we'll see. Shane Lowry couldn't hold the lead. Xander Schauffele took the claret jug at the British Open at Royal Troon. And what's the use of attending LSU if you can't act like you attend LSU? The Bayou Bengals have suspended Javian Toviano from all team activities following an arrest for video voyeurism. What is video voyeurism?
Video voyeurism. You're looking at other people's secret videos? Or well, I don't know what that would be.
Toviano turned himself in to the Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office. I'm sorry, the East Baton Rouge.
That's a big difference.
A woman told detectives she found videos of her having sex with Toviano on his iPad.
Oh, boy.
She told the Popo she did not consent to being recorded. Now, he has a clock with a built-in camera near his bed.
Oh, man.
And he started 3 games for the Tigers last season and has admitted to the police that he did it. Now, a side note here. I once was dating a girl who accused me of recording her. And my phone was propped up on the nightstand. So I reached over and picked it up and showed. I said, look, I am not recording you. And you know what she said to me?
What'd she say to you?
You can if you want.
Oh, my God. All right, I have a question after you get done.
I know
with
you have
sports.
a question, but I'm going to plead the fifth to whatever that question.
A question too.
Okay. Nick Saban has Kamala Harris as running mate.
Nick Saban?
Nick Saban. Don't laugh. The odds of the former Alabama head coach joining her ticket are 250 to 1, the same odds as Oprah Winfrey.
Well, it's a real thing then.
Yeah, could happen. And guess who will be carrying the American flag into the Paris Olympics opening ceremony?
Oh,
Think of a deserving American, a hero that you yourself would be behind.
Oh, my God. Not that Russian chick who had a big man-girl basketball player went to Russia.
I just talked
Caitlin Clark?
I just talked about him.
Wouldn't be Caitlin Clark.
No, not Caitlin Clark. I just talked about him to you.
I
just pointed out what he did to the Germans today. Oh, your short-term memory is shot to hell, isn't it? LeBron James.
Oh, yeah, scouting through the German team, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we just beat the Germans in a tune-up.
I guess that's a tribute.
Well, okay.
4 years, another 4 years, he won't be around.
The other Olympians voted him in.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's fine.
He's the first men's basketball player to do this. There have been 2 women basketball players to carry Old Glory. It's James' 4th games. He has 2 gold medals and a bronze, so I guess, and he says he was proud to do it.
Of course, he certainly deserves it. I don't like the man, but he certainly deserves the tribute.
And they just showed him going through the Germans like.
Yeah, he's a jock. He's one of the best ever, no question.
No one shows their disdain quite like the Norwegians. A soccer match between Rosenborg BK and Lillestrøm suspended Sunday after fans showed their displeasure with the video assistant referee, the guy who does the instant replay.
Okay.
So what happened? Did the Norwegians, A, boo him lustily?
Yeah, probably.
B, throw him into the fjord? Or C, toss fish cakes onto the field?
I'm going with fish cakes, I think.
After a 2-minute bombardment of the cakes of fish, the referee stopped the match and sent everybody to the dressing room. Then they restarted it, but they started throwing tennis balls and smoke bombs.
Oh, my.
How do you get these things?
Do you bring those to a stadium? Is that what you can over? Honey, I forgot the smoke bombs. Let's go. We got the soccer match. Where are the smoke bombs?
I mean, seriously, you got the lutefisk on you?
Oh, my God.
Let's throw that on there. The referee abandoned the match. The score was 0-0. What a shock. He was then grabbed by the descendants of Vikings and blood-eagled right there on the pitch.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm just kidding. Parks and Rec star Aubrey Plaza,
What'd she do? Yeah.
has blown out her right knee. She snapped her ACL. She was playing a game called Knockout at the WNBA All-Star Game facilities. I wonder if a ball's involved in that. The actress still looks cute in crutches, though. She's so cute. Baseball hat.
She's
and crutches.
A cutie, yeah.
She is a cutie. She's a weird chick, and
She's
I
very
like
strange,
them. On this day, July 22nd, 1939, a Boston Bees fan jumps from the stands and punches Boston catcher Al Lopez in the face after he dropped a pop-up in foul territory for the second time.
Oh, that'll do it.
The fan had a point since the Bees finished the game with 7 errors. 1909, Ty Cobb stole second, third, and a home for the first time in his career and a win over the Red Sox. Cobb did the feat 3 more times in his career. Second, third, home. In 2012, Barry Larkin and Ron Santo are inducted into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. Well deserved.
Ron Santo, again.
Oh, no.
No. That's famous phrase.
That was his favorite.
And one Babe Ruth story in 1926. Babe Ruth loves stunts. In fact, he's the first person to catch a baseball thrown out of an airplane 200 or 300 feet above the ground going 100 miles an hour. Babe Ruth was doing a stunt. It took him 7 tries. On the 7th one, he caught the ball.
Yeah.
But he could have been hurt. I mean, coming from 300 feet, 100 miles an hour,
there's a catcher
torque on it.
From that time that caught a ball from, I think, the top of the Washington Monument or something like that, or from a plane, and it went through his glove into his face and pretty much knocked his mouth out. He was in hospital for weeks.
Dangerous stuff. Quick birthdays in sports. Tim Brown. Oakland Raiders wide receiver. Is he a Hall of Famer?
I think he is.
Tim Brown, 58. And Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak Kid, WE superstar. Don't know him. 59. Anyway, 5:30, Karen Payton Flounder. So much more. The latest on the Secret Service and the Trump and the Biden and the Carmela side piece. And it's all coming up right here.
It's time for your Georgia headlines presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Joe Biden has withdrawn his re-election campaign and endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic candidate. According to an AJC poll, former President Trump leads Kamala Harris by 5 percentage points in the state of Georgia, which is well outside the 3.1% margin of error. Day 3 of the CrowdStrike global outage has continued to plague travelers and cancel more flights. Hundreds of delayed flights and hours-long lines have affected travelers looking to depart Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Expected today as well. Delta Airlines canceled 27 flights yesterday, has 155 delayed flights and only 18 flights on time. CrowdStrike has issued a statement saying it deployed a fix and is working with all impacted customers to ensure systems are back up to deliver the service to their customers are counting on.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow XTRA 106.3 on social media or download the XTRA 106.3 app.
We've all heard it before. Buy one, get one Windows. 10% off if you call today. $500 off if you sign tonight. But are these really a special? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Hi, this is Candace with Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Don't fall for it. It's exhausting trying to keep up with all the fake specials being offered. And we all say the same thing. We're all licensed, we're all insured, we all have 5-star reviews. At Exovations, we want to earn your business the right way. But don't take our word for it. Let us show you why we say we are different from other contractors. To find out what it means to have an on-time, on-budget, and stress-free renovation, call me today at 770-205-2995 or online at exovations.com. That's exovations.com.
Hey, it's Tug from my friends, the Frost family of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about their family's company all the time here on XTRA 106.3. First Liberty has helped hundreds of small businesses grow by saying yes when the big banks say no. On Wall Street, opportunities to earn big returns are everywhere. But for Main Street investors, those opportunities are hard to find. Until now. Our First Liberty notes are now open to qualified Main Street investors, paying interest rates of 8 to 13% while helping fuel the growth of small businesses right here in Georgia. With a few basic qualifications and with as little as $25,000, qualified Main Street investors just like you can earn an 8 to 13% interest rate. If this is you, they'd love to hear from you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and consider joining the First Liberty family today. That's FirstLibertyGA.com. FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. Purchasers must verify their SEC accredited investor status. Securities are not being offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Who says you have to wait until December to celebrate Christmas? Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon. Right now at Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we're celebrating Christmas in July in all of our locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. Stop in today and enjoy our 12 days of deals on everything in our stores. Surprise your special someone with a beautiful diamond tennis bracelet, earrings, ring, or necklace. And to make your purchase even easier, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is offering up to 60 months interest-free financing. That's 5 years to pay for that special gift, interest-free. And while you're at it, why not break out the tree, string up the lights, and pour yourself some eggnog? Make this a Christmas to remember with our 12 days of deals. Don't wait until December. Find some of the biggest savings of the year at Solomon Brothers Jewelers during our Christmas in July event. Visit us on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and Fisher Road in Sharpsburg, and online at SolomonBrothers.com. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, now the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
Neil Boortz here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
For anyone living with everyday aches and pains, there's a lot of things you can try. You know, tough it out, bite the bullet, grin and bear it. Or you can try something that has helped so many other people, Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that addresses the inflammation where pain starts. And Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain for a short time. It helps reduce or even eliminate it all day, every day. Wherever you're hurting, your back, neck, joints, or muscles, in about 3 weeks or less, you'll see a difference and rediscover what it's like to feel better and live better. So if everyday pain is affecting your life, don't go with the mind over matter approach. Try Relief Factor instead. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF and save on your first order. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
I don't know. More calls for him to resign. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? It's at 537. 537. With the Pinkster, Floyd Men. 1967, Pink Floyd went to the Beach Ballroom in Aberdeen, Scotland. The venue home to one of the Scotland's finest dance floors, famous for the bounce. It floats on fixed steel springs, this dance floor. And in 1967, during the 60s, Beatles in 63, Small Faces and Cream all appeared at the Beach Ballroom in Aberdeen. They call it Pink Floyd. Our birthday list includes Willem. It's not William, it's Willem. Willem. Willem Dafoe is 69 today. The Green Goblin in Spider-Man, but the dope-smoking Sergeant Elias in Platoon. That was a great character role he played in that one. And Albert Brooks is 77, the genius comic guy.
Don't see much of him anymore.
No, in fact, there was just a thing on, I don't think it was a Comedy Channel or some channel. It was a salute to Albert Brooks, and it was a documentary about talking about his life and all his comedian friends and stuff. It was just playing. Now it may still be playing. It's one of those, I forgot what channel. It could be AMC or I don't remember, A&E or someplace. And on this day in history, it was 33 years ago, 1991, Desiree Washington, a Miss Black America contestant, filed a formal complaint with the police to report that Mike Tyson raped her in the Indianapolis hotel 3 days earlier. Tyson was convicted, served 3 years in prison, and it says here a few years back, he still proclaimed his innocence. He called Desiree Washington, quote, a wretched swine of a woman.
Right.
I don't know about that.
Yep. A little breaking news
Breaking
here.
news, what do you got?
Senator Josh Hawley says whistleblowers tell me law enforcement personnel were in fact stationed to the roof the day of the Trump rally, but abandoned it, citing it was too hot. They also say law enforcement was supposed to be patrolling the building, but opted to stay inside instead in the air conditioning.
I mean, I can't believe it.
Incompetent. Just plain incompetent. By the way, Lori wants to talk to you.
Lori, you're on the radio. Thanks for calling. Happy Monday. What do you think?
Hey, guys.
Hey, sweetie.
I was looking on Instagram, and Charlie Kirk, he don't say nothing off the, cuss.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if y'all heard this, but he said that when Biden was in Las Vegas at his little rally thing, whatever, he had to leave. That's what happened. They said he got COVID, but that ain't what happened. He said his sources told him that the Vegas police heard that they was life-flighting him out because he was either about dead or dead.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was what? How many weeks ago was that when he was in Vegas?
Yeah.
That's
but
when
again,
they come out and said he got COVID.
yeah. Isn't this insulting?
Right.
I mean, where is he?
Letter.
I know.
Let's see you.
Yeah.
Let's see you.
I can't believe it. I mean, how again? This an announcement this big. I mean, this affects everybody everywhere.
Right.
This is an international thing.
He addressed the nation for bullshit.
Oh, hey, whoa,
Lori, potty mouth.
Yeah, no. Well, but we appreciate your candor and
Just your mama with that
emotionally. That's right. No, well, but again, it's just this is a time when people are doing things and saying things they don't normally do.
Biden almost full term, so the Democrats had to abort him.
Oh my God! And then on the Secret Service visit, can you get the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing again?
I sure can, my friend. I have it right here in my.
This was on the hearing today, and again, if you didn't hear it, we'll play. We played Nancy Mace about a half an hour ago talking about that. But here's another comment that I'm going to relate to you now about Marjorie Taylor Greene. The simplicity of this is outrageous, if you would.
All right. She's talking to Cheadle. Says, how did crooks fly a drone over the rally area? And Cheadle replied, I would have to check the timeline. Why didn't you bring the timeline? I don't have all the answers on the timeline. Do you have a timeline at all? I have a timeline that does not have specifics, at which point the room erupted in laughter.
The timeline does not have specifics.
What's on there?
You don't have a timeline. Well, I mean,
what could be on it?
The balls of these people. And again, she must have known. I can't believe that after 9 days, nobody talked to the Secret Service agents who were on that roof and left. Why did you leave? Aren't you supposed to be there? If they broke their command structure, then how come the sergeant or whoever's in charge of the troops didn't notice it or tell them to get back up there? I mean, I can't believe any of this.
Well, they gave him permission to leave, obviously.
Jesus. I mean, it's just freaking outrageous.
And did the kid know that? Did he somehow know this was happening, or did he watch them leave?
Well, he could take the heat more than our Secret Service agents. I find that a little hard to believe, too.
Well, he was dedicated to his job.
God. And then Comer, the chairman of the committee today, and even that snotty little Jeremy Raskin, a little smarmy little pimp are both calling for her to resign. And there's another Democrat who just came out calling for Biden to resign. And again, man, it's really growing, this business about using the 25th Amendment on him. And
he's got to show himself. Just come out and wave.
We don't know.
Get the body double out.
We don't. And again, I think this is crap. The doctor a couple hours ago released a statement saying he's doing better, and he had.
So
an
is
IV,
he lying?
Yeah. So something's up.
During the break, we talked about the Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman movie or something.
Absolute Power.
Absolute Power, where he kills his wife in the White House or something like that.
No, it's his girlfriend. It was this rich guy's, the donor's wife he killed.
And there's a big
having
cover
an affair
up
with her, yeah.
Well, you think maybe they had some meeting with Biden this weekend and things got a little handsy? And
by the way, in that movie, if you'll recall, the Secret Service agent who was in charge of covering it up killed himself and wrote a note saying, I can't go on anymore after what I've done.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a horrible thing to talk about, but this Secret Service director won't even resign.
Yeah.
I mean, fighting calls for her to resign. How is that how could she look at herself in the mirror? And they actually asked her, I swear to God, I was watching this morning, and it was one of the girls said, well, are you telling me that of all the people in America, literally all the people in America, that you are the best qualified person to be director of the Secret Service? And she said, I truly believe that I'm the best qualified person to be the director of the Secret Service. As an agent for 20 years, I believe I'm the best qualified.
A Democrat asked her today, do you know what Reagan's Secret Service head did after Reagan got shot? And she blithely said, continue to serve? And he goes, no, he resigned.
Yeah. And by the way, Biden thinks you're a he, too. I mean, that's how, no wonder he hasn't asked her to quit. He doesn't know who she is.
That's what you get when you hire someone from Pepsi. You should get someone from Coke that knows what they're doing.
Unbelievable.
Why go for number 2? They're number 3 now. They're behind Dr. Pepper.
The questions, if Donald Trump had been killed, you would have looked culpable. There is no aspect of this indicates that there has been any protection to Donald Trump. She avoided answering questions about how we're only 9 days out from the incident and there's still an ongoing investigation. Every answer, well, the FBI is still investigating and it would be out of place for me to the doctor. She said she hopes to have information within 60 days. I mean, how could you not know the next days? Hey, how'd you guys screw up out there? What the hell happened? She knew that the next freaking morning.
Because they put a female in charge.
Yeah, God. She got distracted.
Well, I got an idea.
What this means, when you see Ozzy Albies back on the field, she'll be releasing the thing.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, in October. It's Flounders Funnies. 5:45 already. What do you got?
I went to the cafe yesterday, sitting there, and then I overheard a couple having an argument. When you hear that sweet nectar of life.
Is this Yakov Smirnoff?
When you pause your own music. And they're going at it. And then I look who the couple is. It's 2 gay guys going at it. It was crazy. They both made sense. Everybody stayed on one topic. Nobody was bringing up old shit. Just 2 logical, superior brains trying to find a solution. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Was that Yakov Smirnoff? That couldn't have been.
No, there was some, they didn't have his name. Ari Matti. He was on Kill Tony.
And that commercial where the wife says, Bill died, but he didn't have life insurance, but we have life insurance. And her husband says, well, it's just John. Well, I just saw that same commercial. 2 gay guys.
Really?
The one gay guy says the other gay guy, but we have life insurance. Bill,
I just saw an ad in the New Yorker magazine for Savannah. Come visit Savannah. And they have a same race couple holding hands crossing the street. Yeah. And in the background, 2 gay guys holding hands.
Well, you got it. 5:46. You're repeating Flounder.
President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race.
History making decisions like these are not to be taken lightly, which is why the conservative voice of Atlanta brings you the local and national voices you need most to make sense of all the noise. We bring you proud veterans, Atlanta Talk radio legends, and local perspectives that shape our communities.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months right here on XTRA 106.3.
Tax season can be stressful, but it's also a wake-up call. It's time to think beyond April and plan for your future. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we're not just advisors, we're your partners in building a secure retirement. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we understand the challenges Georgians face. That's why we offer personalized strategies to maximize your retirement income, minimize taxes, and ensure you never outlive your assets. Join the Master Plan family and let us guide you through every financial milestone. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your appointment today. Master Plan Retirement Consultants, where your journey and destination are both important. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Need reliable power on the go? Look no further than Honda Generators. Whether you're camping in the great outdoors, powering up your work site, or ensuring your home is ready for any emergency, Honda Generators deliver unmatched performance. And the best place to get your Honda generator? That's Howard Brothers. With expert staff and unbeatable service, they have the right generator for every need. Visit Howard Brothers today and experience the power and reliability of Honda Generators, your trusted source for all your power needs. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Honda and Howard Brothers.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
So, Robert, I want to thank you for your time. I just don't think you're the right person for this position.
I don't understand. Was it something I said?
Well, we did a background check on you and found some things of concern.
If you're in charge of hiring for your company, you know how helpful a background screening can be. That's why companies that use Horizon background screening make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com. Horizonscreening.com.
You have enough to deal with after an accident. You don't want to spend a lot of that time messing around with insurance companies. Besides, what are you going to say to them? You really know the ins and outs? David Van Sant at Van Sant Law does. He used to work for the insurance companies. Their worst nightmare. He knows who to call, what to say, how to listen to them, and he has your best interest at heart. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
Have you considered securing your family's future? Protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease. Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademark Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Have you heard about Sonder and their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans? Sonder Health Plans is committed to revolutionizing healthcare, making it straightforward, personal, and affordable. Call them and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. They've even got their own radio show and podcast called Weekend Wellness, dedicated to keeping all Georgians healthy and happy at every age. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they're not going to go away. They need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with repair. Ramjack is the best company in the industry for repairing your foundation. We have the highest quality products in the nation. So, if you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881. That's 770-502-8881.
A disaster. 5:52. Going country on now. Get it go, little darling. Come on and shake a howdy.
I bought a brand new Airmobile.
Mick Jagger. This is their country period. 1965, is that? Yeah. 1965. Mick Jagger, Brian Jones, Bill Wyman from the Stones were fined about $7 at the East Ham Magistrates Court in London, guilty of insulting behavior at a Romford Road service station. Brian Jones, Bill Wyman, and Mick Jagger had all taken a leak against the wall of the gas station, and the attendant had refused them use of their facilities, so they just unzipped and said, oh, yeah? Ball game right there. And let's see, birthday list includes Bobby Sherman. If you're of a certain age, Julie, do you love me? He had great hair like John Davidson. That was that whole ilk in the 70s. Bobby Sherman is 80 freaking one today. Danny Glover's 78. The hideous John Lughese, skunk face, is 64. That Puerto Rican funny man, John Wick, had the chop shopping anyway. I don't even care about the rest of this. That's screw it. Okay, a couple breaking things. Pick one and we'll just say, I don't know where it was. So many things are happening. Is he alive or dead?
He's just called into the Kamala campaign. Called in. Okay.
On the phone, not on the video, not on the camera?
FaceTime. Where's Zoom call? Show us your face when you're talking. He calls in and we can't see his face.
Not only that, why doesn't it? How come, if he was going to call into the campaign, he ought to have a live video of him sitting at his desk working, saying, gee, I wish I could be with you here, but after all that's going on, I got all this paperwork to do because I'm president, as you remember, but I'm sure you know, No, he's still disappeared. He could be dead for all we know.
As Lori pointed out, Charlie Kirk on Twitter is sticking by his story. He says he has people in Las Vegas who say something happened to Biden, and they got him out of there and flew him back east.
Now was this before the Trump assassination attempt?
No, it was last week when he was in Vegas. Remember, they called him a super spreader because an hour before they said he had COVID. He was in a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, and Charlie Kirk and some other people are saying that this was
that they flew him out there fast. They flew him out of there fast out of Vegas. That something happened there. And it wasn't COVID. So who knows? And we still haven't seen him. Also, Neil Boortz tweets that Benjamin Netanyahu has landed in Washington, D.C., Israel's leader.
Okay.
Joe Biden is too ill or dead to meet him. Kamala Harris refuses to see him, and Donald Trump might meet him. So hopefully Donald will meet him.
There was no one there to meet him on the tarmac like they do any other time when an international leader comes.
Our biggest ally in the Middle East.
And no one was there to greet him.
And there's a war. I mean, it's unbelievable.
That's what the Democrats are. Hey, they hate Jewish people. They hate Jewish people. And they use self-loathers out there who keep giving them money. They will lock you up faster than they'll look at you.
I mean, this is outrageous. And by the way, who's running the show? How could nobody show up for... And by the way, Netanyahu had canceled the meeting, and then he said, oh, no, he's fine, so he put it back on again, and then now he didn't show? And by the way, who's running the White House saying that we should keep him in hiding, don't let anybody... After the announcement over the weekend and all the stuff that's going on, he's still hidden, nobody's seen him?
Can I clear something up here?
Please do.
Early in the show, I called Kamala a schlong-infested meat mattress.
Well.
What I meant to say was...
Yes.
She is a schlong-infested man mattress.
There is a difference.
There's a slight difference.
Yeah, she's a man holster.
It rhymes with pick.
We can't really.
And it's a blank holster.
By the way, have you seen...
Kathy wants to talk to you. Kathy's on the phone.
Kathy, you're on the radio, baby. How's it going? What's up?
Hey, Timmer. I wanted to tell you what happened to Biden because of my own experience with my mother.
Oh, all right.
She had dementia.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I moved her in with us a year and a half before she died.
Yeah.
But at the end, You can't make them understand anything.
Yeah.
Every morning I'd take her coffee. She'd understand, a little bit of this. It just got worse every day. And finally that morning came when I couldn't make her understand anything.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, after that, we got her to the hospital. They sent her home on hospice. 2 weeks. She was gone. So that kind of sounds like
Does this look familiar? Does this look familiar to you?
My mother, dementia. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My mother had dementia.
Yeah. But I mean, Biden it looks like what's going on with Biden, doesn't it? To me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what's happened to him.
Yeah.
That day has come.
Yeah.
So they're not letting him be seen.
Yeah. Thank you, sweetie. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you. We appreciate it, and keep the faith. This is a terrible time.
We're watching her. Kamala, at her little press conference, is doing nothing but cackling the entire time, just cackle after cackle after
look at
cackle.
Her. Oh my God.
She's not even talking, really.
You want to pot it up?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
There, Brzezinski, where are you? There. And the next United States Senator from the great state of Delaware is here, Lisa.
Everybody but Biden.
Yeah. Where's the president? Oh, man.
Where's
is
the
she
beef?
on her high horse right now?
Oh, she's so full of herself right now.
Oh, my God. What a crock. In fact, she's trying to be human. In fact, tomorrow we're going to play she actually went to a baseball game, the Oakland Athletics baseball game, and she did a call of the inning, and we're going to play it for her tomorrow. We'll keep it and play it for her tomorrow.
No, let's do it now. We'll use it as my funny bit.
Well, here we go. Carmela doing the ball game as a guest announcer a couple
There's
days
a
ago.
pitch from a pitcher. Rooker swings, and he hits this to the right side. I meant the left side of the field, and it is above the wall.
What?
It is a 4-base hit RBI 1 for Brent Rooker as the A's take a 4-0 lead as he rounds the bases. And A's might win a baseball game today. And was that a grand slam, actually? Because did we have 0 or 4 runs?
Well, with 6, you get egg roll. Yeah. Oh, my God. What's going on? I mean, this is the damnedest 3-day period I've experienced politically in my life, I bet you. I mean, seriously, the last 10 days with Trump getting shot and to this moment has been the most bizarre 10 days politically that I can remember.
Maybe we should start reading Revelation again.
Oh, my God. Anyway, it's only the Kimmer got to go. You're killing me. Christine, sing me home, baby. Pete Davis Flounder will be back again tomorrow.
Go Braves.
Look out, Herb.
The Kimmer Show is back every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. only on WFOM Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. XTRA 106.3 FM.